everyone, and welcome back to another Anchor Ragtimer live stream. I'm your host, Anchor Ragtimer. Thanks for being here. Good to have a lot of the usual crew with us tonight so far, it looks like. Looks like we have some of the regulars, Dallin 9, Bro Train, hello. Arctic Grey Wolf hanging out in the chat as well. Build It Funky, hello. Last stream, the SW1 got some nice colors. What mod was that? That was a Lego mod, I believe. Justin Cummings, hello. Like the Benicus Bananas back. Bandit, hello. Delia Paxarian, hello. John Rhodes, hello. Good to have you all here. Do me a favor, if you're new here, hit the like button on the stream. It does help me out with the YouTube algorithm. It's the easiest way to support the Ragtimer. And off we go. So, as this stream is named, this is named Long Haul Freight's The Steel Mill Awaits. So, last time we brought the big train from the steel mill that is all going to East Whittier. So we're going to try, the keyword here is try, to get all of this stuff in the interchange here. Once we have that sorted, we have a couple of trains that can go out. So we've got some cars that were being sorted by, I believe, Gary and Nestle, so a lot of Kirkland stuff. Oh, yeah, there's a lot of Kirkland stuff. Dear Lord, there's a lot of Kirkland stuff. Holy shit, there's a lot of Kirkland stuff. Anyways, so we're going to go ahead and try to get this all organized and take care of. So that way, once it is all organized as God intended, then basically we can start getting some of the chaos taken care of once again. Chris Heroes, evening everyone, hello. And Dog Train 88, hello, good to have you here. So, just to kind of give everyone an overview, we have a lot of cars we need to take care of here at East Whittier. We've got some that are going across the map that has already been shifted around. We have stuff that I believe we have to get from the top of the hill up at Kamari. We'll see how eagerly we get to that, because I feel like that would be something good for someone else. We have a lot of cars up here at Kirkland that need to be taken care of. So there's that. Then if we head back over to our lovely steel mill, there's a few cars that do need to be delivered and organized up here. A lot of stuff's under control at the moment. The keyword is at the moment. And then over at Bryson, we have more that we have to deal with too. So we have no shortage of stuff to do. And hopefully we will get General or someone to join us at some point as well. But in the meanwhile, let's grab the M2. And we're going to go ahead and shift these cars over to get them out of the way, if nothing else. So we'll do that. And then get the number 7 and do some more switching. So that'll do that. Hope everyone's had a good evening so far. I just got back from the railroad. We had our Christmas in Coal Country tonight. Went very well. Excuse me. I'm still a little under the weather, so if I'm coughing a little bit or if I sound like a little choked up, it's because I am. So, hope you like that tonight. But I'm hopefully going to get some good sleep tomorrow, and we'll be back to full strength by tomorrow or the next day. That's the goal. Hopefully it's just a head cold. And, the WNCR is going to be here, and he's saying, Anchor, I'm going to say a bad word in your chat. Do it. You won't. I know you won't. You'll say like something like Shrimpy Lives or something. And Nicholas Manzo, hello. Good to have you here. I also got to foam a little bit today at the railroad. Was able to step out of the office a little bit with the boss. Went to get some coffee and then... No, not Shrimpy! Then got to look at the train from along the line side a little bit, which was nice. And that was fun. Drink some hot tea with honey. I am out of tea bags at my house. So that is on the list of Ragtimer needs to become an adult and get more tea. I do have honey. I also have just a hell of a lot of water that I've been drinking. And I had some Pedialyte earlier too, so that's been helping. PML Batman, it's been a while. Hi, I just have one question. Why so angry? Because I just am. All hail the shrimps as wild games, and Dallin Knight already said shrimpy. Yeah, everyone's all over shrimpy apparently today. Angry, I know you probably can't share, but any updates on 15 and a rolling stock? Our crews are making steady progress on a lot of different things. We actually just posted on Facebook a few days ago that caboose number 27, which is one of our 2 cabooses from 1920, is currently getting resighted. The guts of the car are in very good shape. We were very pleased to find that. The exterior is just a bit rough. They'll put a new roof on it, but they are working on that, and you know, it should be a project to be completed in the next few weeks. So hopefully by the Winter Spectacular, which is going to be happening February 14th and 15th here at the Broad Top. So if you are looking for a weekend to foam at the Broad Top, that'll be a great one for you to come out to. Tickets will go on sale for that January 1st. Although I will add that if you are a massive rail fan, or as we say at the in the world, the foamer, there is a photo charter on the 12th and 13th of February, 2 different days, with Lero Productions, and we do have a handful of tickets left for the date on the 12th, which is a Thursday. The Friday the 13th is sold out, but we will have a lot of cool stuff going on for that. So, excuse me, if you are around and want to foam at the Broad Top, you'll be able to meet me because I will be the one running said photo charter, but you'll be able to get to some spots that haven't done any photo work really ever, because we're doing a lot of stuff on the southbound extension heading towards Pogue. So that is the update I can share at this time. A lot of stuff's currently moving and grooving, so just continue to keep an eye on the website, social media pages, and yeah, hopefully you can all make it out to the Broad Top in 2026 or in 2025. I'm not your boss. I can tell you to do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want. So there you go. And PML Batman saying, would love to go there, but I live 12 hours away in Rhode Island. Well, that's okay. You can always plan on it for a future date and time that works for you in, as they say, the future. Now, I may regret breaking this coal train up, but I need to get in the siding to get out of the way. So we'll see what happens. If you heard it here first, Ragtimer autograph session. Yeah, that's exactly what everyone wanted from me at the Broad Top. But, yeah. And, yeah. John Rhodes, thank you for the suggestion on the teas. I said, I do not have any tea bags in my house right now. And I don't have any lemon or ginger. So, unfortunately, I am going to be that guy who's lame about it. Lame. So, okay. Yeah, Bro Train, get your truck fixed, and then consider coming down to the Broad Top once everything's good for you and yours. So, then hey, it's JSJ, our resident Canadian and foamer extraordinaire. Good to have you here, JSJ. If you're at work, hope your work's going well. If you're at home, consider joining in the chat because, you know, it's always a pleasure having you in there. Yes, JSJ drove 30 hours each way. So JSJ is Uber foamer is what we're getting at. Okay, so let's get our tracks cleared and let's start dumping stuff in the interchange here. So we have that. So good old number 7 here. Mount Rainier Scenic, number 5, the Porter 5, for those at home. So let's see if we can actually move this damn thing. Because we have somewhere around, 102 cars, 2,300 tons. So, and ZBK Studios celebrating 20 months of membership with ZBK Resident Asia Cars, returning for 20 months of membership. Thank you, ZBK. And thank you to everyone who's a channel member here who has supported Ragtimer in the past. You guys are awesome, and I appreciate everything that you've done to support or antagonize me, depending on how you look at it, over the past almost 2 years of streaming. I started streaming the end of December 2024? 23. God, it's been a while. So thank you for joining in for a lot of that as we've been doing this. DoorDash key to your home. Where I live does not have any DoorDash nearby, and most restaurants close at 8 around. So even if I did, that would A, have to mean I have to leave my house and get away from the stream. And 2, it just kind of is what it is. Arctic Grey Wolf celebrating 7 months of membership, enjoying the stream. Excellent. Excelente. So I'm going to preemptively throw a switch in front of us because I don't want to try to go up the Kamari branch with all these damn cars, because we have enough that it's going to occupy a lot of space as we get it shifted around and organized here. So we'll see. And Sam, if you're still watching, I hope your stream on Salty Stuff went well, or if it's still going on. Definitely go support the guys over at WCRR and follow them. They're doing a lot of cool stuff. So, not a paid endorsement. Free advertising. Angry, what's the Whittier mod you're running? I am running Bjorn's Sawmill and Bjorn's East Whittier mod. They are found on Nexus Mods, so you can go there and just search Bjorn, BJORNS, I believe. And you should be able to find that. We have a lot of car mods that you can thank people like Hey It's Aspen, Root of the Whippet, and some of those folks who have done a lot of great work for the community to do that sort of stuff. So a lot of those cars, and yeah. I think it's first person time. I know what you're trying to say, but I think it's better to be in first person, not first person. Okay. So we'll see how this rolls here. It'll take a minute to get down there. Anyone have any fun plans for this week? I know that I am taking tomorrow off from work with the common saying when you work in a tourist railroad or the industry is going to be when you work, we play, and when you play, we work. And that is very true in this case because we have quite a bit to go with. But when most people work Mondays and Tuesdays, I'm usually off. Off-season will change that, but right now I'll be off tomorrow, and I actually have some workers coming to my house to get a few projects done. Now that the Garden Railroad wall is up, then I'm not going to lay any track yet. I'm going to let it settle for a few weeks. Plus, it's also stupid cold over here now. It's about 32 degrees outside as of a few minutes ago. 34, I'm sorry. But it's supposed to have a high of 31 the next few days and a high of 24 on Sunday. Next Sunday, so it's going to be cold, and I don't want to run my live steam engine in the cold or try to lay track in the cold, especially because when I lay the track, I want it to be permanent out there. I want this thing to actually happen. So I'm going to let the ground settle and unthaw, and then we'll go from there. John Rhodes is asking, are you at Tier 5 at the steel mill yet? No, I am at Tier 3. And then Bandon saying, going to Sumter for the Christmas tree this weekend, otherwise not much fun. Well, again, I hope that that Sumter is doing well. We were actually talking a little about Sumter today at the Rod Top. All positives. We hope you guys are doing well out there. How much to make the steel mill Tier 5? All right. You guys seem to, want to punish me, which I get it. That's kind of your MO. You're like, ha, it's angry Ragtimer. You want to see him actually angry. I really don't want to make it Tier 5 because I feel like that's just going to make everything even more of a bitch to deal with. However, because you guys want to see it, I will make a one-time deal. If one person, not a group of you collectively, if one person donates $250, we'll make that happen. I really don't want to make that happen, and I would really be worried if anyone actually donated that much. So that is my polite way of saying you now know the number. Don't do it. Arctic Grey was saying it isn't that cold. Well, for our area, it's cold, and I'm not used to it being stupid cold like that. So, we'll see how that all kind of lays out in the future here. But thankfully, the oil heat in my home is working great, and I will soon be cozied up for a day or two, and that'll be awesome. So there you go. Let's bring this train to a halt, please. Train stop, thank you. And let's go ahead and back this sucker up. I know I'm like triple checking my switches, but I just want to make sure because of how long this damn train is and how long it's going to take to actually move. Yeah, I'm glad I threw that switch because even though the grade doesn't start until after the bridge, I'm almost to Thomas Valley with that. Okay. And Dog Train is saying it's a challenge. Come on, chat. Who's going to reach angry stupor number of stupidity? Again, I really don't want to do that, but if someone forces my hand, I will. Okay, so we have to wait for this damn train to recharge. So. And Arctic, yeah, you're not saying much because it's that. And CVK went to a 3-day pinball convention. That actually sounds really cool. I love pinball. I don't know if I've talked about it on stream, but I actually have a pinball machine in my basement. It is from the either 70s or 80s, and it is like OG Star Trek themed. My grandfather got it way back in the day. And he ended up with 3 pinball machines, all made by Bally. Or Bally? Is it Bally? I think it's Bally. You know, may he rest in peace. He tried to have a lot of fun stuff for his grandkids and friends to come over and do at his home. So he had the pinball machines, a pool table, ping pong table, mini bar, whole bunch of stuff. So we played a lot of pinball growing up and have loved playing pinball at places out ever since. I was actually down in Austin, Texas 2 or 3 weeks ago. Almost a month ago, jeez. And went to a place called, I think it was called, not Barcade. Cider Cave? Cider Cave? Cider Cade. And it's a cidery that has a bar that basically you could just go in and buy fresh their ciders and then play a whole bunch of arcade games. And so they had like 15 or 20 different pinball machines, and it was a lot of fun to play. Although my brother and I ended up mainly doing Guitar Hero because we used to play that as kids, and we miss it. It's a lot of fun. So definitely jealous of your pinball machines, although I will say the modern ones, like, don't get me wrong, there's a lot going on. I think there's too many like bells and whistles with some of them. I think some of the older ones that are a little more basic have a lot more to them, but that's my old man opinion on that, and you can judge me excuse me, judge me further from there. And JSJ is right. Also, you don't seem to realize that the initial shock of Tier 5, it'll be a goddamn boring to watch. Well, it might not be goddamn boring to watch, but it'll be like Angry Ragtimer, the Switch pitch. That'll be the story of my life. 10 degrees in the Midwest, 68 here in coastal Bend of Texas. And wow, ZVK, that sounds like a lot of fun. A lot of people didn't play in it, but oh well. JSJ, next time you're down, we'll make that happen. So we'll see. And yes, PML Batman, Pinball Wizard. Old man angry prefers the cup with a ball on the string. Ball in a cup. Wasn't that like a bit on freaking Family Guy at one point? Ball in a cup. So. Okay, so we're in at the Whittier interchange here. God, there's so much coal for Kirkland. Or so much cars for Kirkland. I should preface that. So, we do have tons of stuff that'll be going over to the rolling mill and other places here. We have... Oh, looks like... Man, I will give much credit to Garion for switching this out yesterday. This is awesome. So thank you, Garion. Garion, if you're watching, thank you. because it is really nice when you have as mega of a map as we have now, just to have a few people helping out. And I know recently we had physicists join us, which is awesome. Phys, if you're out watching, make yourself known. Please don't stop too premature there. Let's see here. I might have to dump the train. I have a feeling the brakes... Oh, no, the brakes are coming on. They are just cycling really poorly right now. So we'll see here. Hopefully we can stop this at the right spot, because there should be a lot of coupler slack on this bitch. My dad cut the ball off and to put a bigger one on so the ball wouldn't fit in the cup. Okay, we need to move like half a car length. And would it be bad if I actually played ball in the cup? I mean, I've played with ball in a cup. And ZVK saying, fun fact, Anger, I'm in a pinball gang called Middle Finger Flippers. Jesus Christ. That is one hell of a name there, Sparky. So. Okay. Pinball gang sounds more terrifying than a normal gang. Yeah, you don't get shivved, you just get the flipper. Who coughed? Who's coughing and joining?
That's so dumb.
It's CSAM, everyone.
Man. Oh goodness. I mean, good joke, but golly. That's like my kind of humor. Gosh.
Well, that's how you make an entrance, CSAM, is you just kind of pop in and we're like, yeah, Ragtimer saying more bullshit. What else is new? So, yeah.
I just came to keep you company.
Aw. That's so sweet. How, so I gotta ask, with all of the stuff you're doing right now, Sam, because you've got, and everyone should be watching the Brit series and the mod showcase you just had, and then you've got the small. When is Shrimpy crossing over to all of them and taking over the streams, if they haven't already?
Well, before I answer that question, is my mic picking up okay? I'm on
I can hear you fine.
You know, honestly, Angry, I really and not to get sappy about it or anything, or you know, like I didn't come in here and make this about me or anything. I promise.
Too bad I'm making it about you. Deal with it.
Okay. Well, I find it very weird because I've never really had like a social media platform where we had regular, you know, like viewers, and honestly, Shrimpy would have remained nothing more than just another engine on the small if the community hadn't got so enthused about the guy that he just became a meme. And now it's like you can't run a live stream without somebody mentioning Shrimpy, and you know, it's cool. He cool. I'll tell you something funny. You know, you've been hellaciously busy with
the broad
top activities. Yes. We started that new series, the EF&A, or the F&A. Read into that as you will.
Mm-hmm.
But we decided that this time around we wanted to get the audience involved a little bit. So somebody had the bright idea to, you know, let the audience vote, and I went, no, I'm gonna pull a Ragtimer and get the spinny wheel out.
Ooh.
For starter engines. No, you cannot go wrong with a spinny wheel.
Mm-hmm.
And we put all, or we didn't put all of, but we put a lot of Luna's Marquette Creations catalog engines, particularly the smaller ones,
mm-hmm.
on the wheel. The first thing we rolled was one of the S35 bikes, which we were like, yeah, cool, big engine, tough engine, yeah, that's gonna last us forever. And then we rolled Shrimpy. It's like completely on accident, just completely, that just happened, and it was like, well, damn, now we got to commit to the bit.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I've had people write up lore. I've had people do photoshops, and there's buckets of cool suggestions people have had around that guy. And I'm just glad the community likes him.
Yeah.
And not to sound arrogant or anything, I don't mean for it to come across like that at all, but it makes me smile whenever I go like in Bryson Gallery or something and somebody is calling that engine Shrimpy and they just have it on their railroad. I'm like, man, that's cool as hell.
Yeah.
I like that.
We early on, I think, had a little bit of that with the banana train, which is why I'm kind of thankful the banana train is now back, at least in some form.
Yeah.
But no, I mean that's awesome, and I know, excuse me, I'm all choked up now. But that's because of inhaling coal dust and
Were you firing?
No. But when you stand next to the crossing and inhale all that beautiful, sweet black dust as your engine comes past, you just take it all in. No, I'm not sick from the engine. I'm sick because we're surrounded by a lot of families with probably children who have the plague. And, it's Christmas season, so we just get sick.
Oh, of course.
Okay.
Yeah,
Come on, you.
Yeah, being brutally honest, Christmas is my favorite time of year. This is the first year in, I want to say about 8 or 9 years that I am not full-time either volunteering or working at a heritage operation. And I'm going to do some part-time stuff at places I'm not going to disclose, but I'm missing it, man. I really am.
Yeah. There is a magic of being at a tourist railroad or a heritage railroad during the holidays, or really during any holiday, whether that's Christmas season, pumpkin season, Easter. There's a slightly different energy in the air, and whether it's just you can call it Christmas magic, you can call it really whatever you want to call it, but there's just that flavor that it's something special. So, if anyone's ever asking, how do I get involved with working on the choo-choos? How do I do this? Volunteer somewhere to get started. Literally, like, to quote someone's Lord and Savior Heiss, go do the thing. Because if you do the thing, usually, if you do a good job and you're not there to foam, opportunities will present themselves and you get involved. I've talked about it. That's how I got involved. That's how a lot of other people have gotten involved. So, but
I got involved.
Yeah.
Really?
Get involved, do the thing, and as long as you're not there to just be like, haha, train cool, there will be opportunities for you. I guarantee it. It might not be immediate, but it will. Stuff usually finds you if you put in the work.
Can't stress this enough. It doesn't matter what your skill set is, and it doesn't matter what you know or don't know. Always go into it with the attitude that you know nothing and you're willing to do anything, because the oddest thing happens, I think, when people go to volunteer, and it's actually a very beautiful thing. I had a very good friend of mine that was in his 50s, right? So he's past the age of, I'm going to go shovel 9 tons of coal a day. I'm going to go play fireman. But he found that he particularly liked being a car host some years ago, and he's been doing it for 10 years now. So, go volunteer and just try different things, because not everybody can be on the engine crew, but not everybody needs to be on the engine crew. You might find that interacting with the public or turning wrenches in the back shop, or hell, even doing trap work is fun.
Yeah.
It's all necessary, and every museum everywhere is hungry for people to show up and just help out. I mean, even if it's just manning a ticket booth on the weekends, or helping out with special events, parking cars, man. That's how a lot of people got started, parking cars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Parking cars, getting trash, I mean, I hate to even say it, but sometimes, if you're that person who says, yeah, I'll clean the toilets because we had an accident and we need extra help, people keep that stuff in mind. I mean, not to reveal a secret of mine, but I can guarantee most of the people who now work for the EBT are people who started as a volunteer, and just as Sam says, they came in with an open mind saying, I might be an EMT by day, but I really love being a car host. I love giving tours. They're one of our tour guides, and hopefully we're going to make them a brakeman at some point next year. They also help out with track work, and they, put in the work. Hell, even our friend Midland here, Midland was someone who showed up at the Broad Top, started getting involved with the friends, and same sort of thing. Didn't complain, didn't be like, oh, pretty train, but put in the work, put in the effort, and sure enough, Midland's now a brakeman, helps out with track work, obviously is very involved with the Friends of the East Broad Top, and has had a lot of opportunity open up as a result. So, not to speak for him, but he did the thing, and voila. Let me get caught up in a couple of chats here because people have been flying while we've been talking. Old School Railroad Corrections, hello. John the Coleman, hello. Anchor on Friday night at Gettysburg and Northern had Santa Claus coming into Gettysburg. That's awesome. Hope that was cool for you. 9th year at the New Oxford train station. Barrett House saying I'm hoping to obtain my heavy-duty mechanic license for that exact reason. People always need mechanics. Hell yeah, they do. A guy called Odin saying track work could definitely be satisfying, especially with a crew of guys. There is nothing more satisfying than working on a piece of track, and you could start the day with a piece of rail that looks real shit, and by the end of the day, it looks a heck of a lot better, and you're like, I might have had a couple of shovels full of dirt, help move a couple of ties around, spiked a couple of things, or just help, hold things in place while other people did the work. But it is so goddamn satisfying when at the end of that, you're like, man, I did the thing. One of my favorite things is when I have friends in town, we're riding the track, and I'll be like, yeah, the ties are on right now. I put those in. I'm not on the track crew, but, there's definitely a satisfaction with it. So. And Nick's still on Twitch, hello. John Rhodes also saying, hey guys, between me and my dad and a few other guys in my railroad club, we've debated on starting a live steam museum, having 7.5, 4 3/4, or 3 3/3 and G gauge track. The question is, would anyone go in on it? I mean, if you can advertise it and find the right audience, I would say the most common stuff that I'm aware of would be 7.5-inch gauge, and then obviously G scale. That's easy because garden railroading / F scale / 1/29, 1/24, 1/32. There's a lot of it out there, so that would probably be easy. I can't speak for like 5-inch gauge or 4 3/4 or anything like that. I know at least where I live, within a 2-hour drive, there's a 7.5-inch club. There's a 15-inch gauge somewhere around here. I don't know where exactly, but I know there is one. So, I would maybe start with 1, maybe 2, but I would try to start with 1 and kind of just expand that first. Don't have 5 different options because you might spread yourself way too thin.
Yep. Key.
Yeah. One of the things that I'll comment on, and this is not to speak poorly, but it's just you have to have the right mindset about stuff, is someone was recently posting on, God, it was either Facebook or somewhere, of like, hey, I want to start a railroad museum. How do I start a railroad museum? And it was like they had this grand ambition that, like, in a month they would have a well-established rail museum with a whole fleet of cars and a whole bunch of thing. And it's like, no. That's not how it works. If you find a group of like-minded people, start small. Pick one thing. It might be, hey, you're on Ozark Mountain Railcar, and a couple of your friends want to go in on one caboose. And you have the finances to do it. You could find a trucking company. You could do this, that, and the other thing. Restore that puppy first. And then maybe once the first one's done, then you look at a second and say, okay, do we have a plot of land that we can call our own? maybe purchase something, partner with another organization. Don't just go in with grand ideas, because grand ideas, they're good in theory, but they're not going to happen overnight. So start small and build. That's my recommendation.
I can give you a piece of advice on that. One of the most, and it's something with any organization, and it's something that I've witnessed, I've lived it, and I freely share this one piece of knowledge. It doesn't matter what kind of an organization you start, it all starts with people. It has nothing to do with equipment, location, railroad, heritage, anything. It's all about people. Because the trains don't fix themselves, the grants don't write themselves, the public relations work doesn't get done by itself. You have to have a group of people that are, you know, what I hate to say it like this. I don't mean to sound like I'm insulting anybody or referencing anything specific, but you've got to be level-headed enough to realize that, you know, there are a lot of very, very nice railroad museums in the country, but none of them started off the way they are today. There's been a lot of ebb and flow over the decades. You know, the East Broadtop's a great example of that. You know, it went great, and then it didn't, and now because there's a good group of people there, it's doing great again and headed in the right direction. So, you know, the equipment is basically a secondary thing. It's all about people. You've got to have a good group of, and not everybody has to be super knowledgeable. You know, just as long as everybody's pulling at the oars in the same direction and the boat's moving the right way across the water, you're doing good.
Yeah.
But when you start having problems, that comes at the expense of the organization and the public.
Yeah. Again, most people, like even here at the Broad Top, one of our longtime volunteers who's been involved for like 2 decades now, he says, I came for the railroad, but I stayed for the people. And the people are what make the experience. Because again, if you have a lot of people who mean well and work well together and have a common goal in mind, you know, it doesn't matter if you never have had any woodworking skills. There's probably someone who will show you the woodworking skills you want/need to be able to put the siding on that boxcar, or to, you know, put a couple of ties in, or, you know, anything like that. Use people as your resource to learn, because I guarantee you there might be someone out there who says, hey, you've got a lot of promise, I'm going to take you under the wing, and I'm going to, you know, get you interested in welding, or get you interested in machining, or, you know, you might be really good at stenciling a car, and we have a lot of cars we need to repaint. Who knows? You never know. But but if you then build those friendships, then you've got a network of people that you can both have socially and how you work with, and it just grows from there. So come for the railroad, stay for the people. You'll never know what happens. Before I go and get a couple of cough drops here, let me see. Let's see. Old School Rail Production is saying, planning to go and do random stuff. Number one thing on your list is drive PRR 1361. I can guarantee you it's going to take you a while to get to the point of operating a steam locomotive. It is not impossible, but be aware you're going to have to start from the very bottom and work your way up. And that's not, again, to be a tool to dissuade you. That is just don't expect it to happen overnight. Like, don't go up to PRR and say, hey, you know, or the Railroad Museum, I'm going to drive your steam locomotive. They will laugh you off the property. But maybe if you start volunteering at the Railroad Museum of Pennsylvania or at other organizations and build up those skills, it can happen. That's all I'll say. It can happen. Let's see. Angry, is anyone putting me in first person tonight? Not yet. I know it'll happen at some point. Maybe we'll be lucky, though. Maybe someone will take pity on me tonight, and we can just keep everything in third person and keep it easy. But, you know, who knows? Stop playing with the volume. I have not played with any of the volume. Don't know what you're talking about, PML Batman. And Guy called Odin saying personal history, since we're talking about groups. NC and STL 576 has had 5 different attempts, you know, of to restore it, including the American Freedom Train. So, again, might take a while. Could happen. And Ricker Mortis, hello, welcome. Glad to have you here. I'm going to go ahead and park these cars right here for a second. So, all right. I'm going to quickly I'm going to AI this for just a second just to move the engine around. What we're going to do, I think, let's take a look. So we obviously have a lot of stuff that needs to go to Kirkland. I think it will be better for us to get some of the cars out of the way for the stuff at Kamari. Let's do that. Let's do that. And actually, while I'm here, let me do this real quick. Copied a couple. And then these two. Because I said put those to blast, I think. Yes. Oh, yeah, cool. My volume is going up and down from time to time. It's a stupid goddamn new freaking soundboard. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and AI this to move over for a hot second while I go fetch that. Sam, since you're here, maybe you could talk to the people about what people might expect in the somewhat distant future out of what you and WNCR are doing.
Oh, Lord.
Or you can just have the platform and, talk about something that's interesting to you. Maybe you're like, panda bears are great. I don't know. But I'll be right back.
Oh. Hello, everybody. We're going to talk about the history of Swiss cheese. No, I'm just kidding. We're not going to do that. Well, I as much as I appreciate Angry's offer there, I'm not going to use this platform to self-promote. One thing I did want to say, while Angry is off getting his needed medication, so he can stop sounding like a bullfrog. Railroad preservation, is kind of a fickle thing. You've seen a lot of groups come and go. You've seen a lot of programs rise and fall. I think there's two in my mind that stick out the most, and that's can I turn my mic up? I think I can, but I think some of that is on Angry's end. Yeah, I've got my stuff cranked all the way up. Is it a little better now? All right, we'll have to roll with it. But anyway, okay, we're just gonna go with this. It's the best I can do. I know Angry's messed with his setup and been working on it, so there's some bugs that have to get worked out. So just a little bit of patience, everybody. It's technology. It's not the easiest thing in the world to mess with if you're not doing it constantly. You know what I mean? But there have been a lot of steam locomotive preservation groups, and I use steam engines because they're usually the ones that everybody point to. One of them is the group that was in charge and responsible for the restoration of Frisco 1522. That engine ran for a number of years. It did a lot of really cool things. It went a lot of places. But over time, circumstances kind of walked that engine out the door, and the group of old heads that was responsible for that thing running just didn't really see a future in it, so they parked the locomotive. Now that story has a lot of layers to it, but the long and the short of it is, if you have a good group of people, you can get just about anything done. But when you start having problems with finding enough people to do something, or you start getting into a box where people aren't showing up for work sessions, and you're not drawing in new members and whatnot because everybody's mostly focused on just taking pictures of the engine rather than actually turning wrenches on it. It can lead to some not so great things, really. As Angry was telling that story there about somebody posting that they wanted to start a railroad museum, I've been involved with quite a few over the years in one form or another, and I don't really go into great detail about that ever because it's all old stuff. But you know, the one thing that I tell people is that you got to start small, and you gotta remember that Rome was definitely not built in a day. You know, people look at places like TVRM and go, wow, you know, they've got all these steam engines and all these pieces of equipment. They've got all this cool stuff going on. But the thing to remember is that museum started in a back lot with like 2 passenger cars, a caboose, and a couple of dead locomotives. You know, and it took them 50 years to really get to where they were on the level as far as performance and reliability. You know, they were really, you know, at one point they were going to go bankrupt. The bank was going to foreclose on them, but they fought tooth and nail. You know, they pulled themselves up out of the mud, and they got a lot of really nice deals, got a lot of contracts. You know, they do a lot of freight switching, and they really even run 2 railroads. They run the museum in Chattanooga, and they also run the operation up at Hiawassee. So, you know, it looks easy, but I promise you it's not. It's just something that takes a lot of dedication. I think a lot of people write off the bright-eyed youth, as we put it, for saying, oh, you're just a foamer for dreaming big, you know, oh, you're never going to get that engine running, whatever. Well, it's that same mentality and that same spirit that started a lot of railroad museums. I think it's just important to be a little bit more tempered in your expectations and just approach it from the point of view of, hey, we want to save this one piece of equipment, or we want to do this one thing, and then, you know, build from there. So.
Yeah. Also, I'm back. Hello.
Welcome back, Angry.
I caught him monologuing. No.
You did. You did. Oh, goodness. I'm watching some videos from India, watching some steam choo-choo videos.
Nice.
Wake me when the show starts.
It's already been on a while.
Wake me when it's over.
I know who that is. That is the General.
Hi, General.
What's going on?
I was left in charge. I gave a wonderful history of Swiss cheese, and then monologued about railroad preservation while Angry was getting cough drops.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You sly dog. You caught me monologuing.
Yes.
Currently just watching some Indian Steam videos. Sorry, I would get on and play with you, and I don't mean to injure you, know that. I just I've been playing Railroader for 4 days straight, so I'm kind of taking the night off.
Oh my God,
Oh,
he's
more Railroader.
overwhelmed
Railroad.
everyone.
I have
Railroader
to-
is love. Railroader is life.
I have to. No, because tomorrow I've got to film a Penzi K4 and an L1 Mikado for mod stuff, and I was gonna do it tonight, but I got done with that stream and I went, I just kind of want to go hang out with Angry and them, just kind of
Chillaxing. Yeah.
Yeah, that. Man, even on your stream, I'm hesitant to cuss. I have 2 modes. I have streamer mode, and then I have I'm not on stream, I can say what I want mode.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where am I? Who are you? Why am I here? Oh.
Oh, no!
Well, yeah. Well, General, good news and bad news. The good news and the bad news is there is no new interesting AccuCraft steam locomotives of worth on eBay tonight.
Okay.
However, I did see one on Facebook earlier from a it was electric, but it was a Colorado and Southern 71
Ooh, okay.
by AccuCraft, but again electric, and it came with a CNS caboose. And I almost sent it to you, but I'm like, no. We have our marching orders right now. Behave ourselves.
Uh-huh. Well, where is all this going?
I mean, I will also add, I was talking with Brad, our general manager, earlier today, and he and I, while we were getting coffee, were like, I've kind of wanted to go to the show up in Amherst. And I said, I too would like to go to the show at Amherst. So there's a chance he and I will both go to Amherst. But if that happens, for those who don't know, Amherst is the big one. That means all the F-scale companies are also there, which means that Ragtimer could be heavily tempted with something that would be expensive and, oh God, I'm on the wrong line. And crippling to
F-scale. Ooh.
Let me translate for your audience there. What Angry is saying is he's going to go up there with a pocket full of green and come back with a car full of steam.
Or an Amtrak car of things.
That too.
I mean, that is still technically a car full of steam.
Yes.
Also, you're still sounding a little rough there.
Yeah. Well, I'm actually better than I was this morning because I was able to cough out a lot of the crud that was in my throat. But, it's still a little on the rough side.
What's going on now that needs to happen?
So, to remind you of last night's plot, you were up at Kirkland, and you can bring those hoppers down if you wish. There's also 3 sets of cars that need to go to the steel mill for transloading. There's also stuff that needs to go to Kirkland that you could run that if you wish. Or I'm currently over on Kamari. I switched out all the cars that I brought in from from Bryson. Sorry, I just saw Bandon's comment. I like that phrase.
What is it?
It just said I like that phrase. But there's stuff that needs to go to Bryson and stuff that needs to go to the steel mill, so there could be a long haul that runs between the two. So I'm just trying to get stuff organized and done so we have it. I also might order another interchange at Whittier, just because our Whittier is almost full at this point.
So that's what I was going to ask is more than half these cars up here are destined for Whittier right now.
Yes.
But the tail end of it is destined for Earp's Spring interchange, which is, I'm guessing, the one over there in Bryson.
Correct.
Is it possible to swap the destinations over for all of them to be going to Epps Springs?
I'm not sure, because a lot of what we're dealing with is stuff that was only from Whittier. So I think it's one of those things that we just have to kind of send stuff to Whittier, and then it'll balance itself out as the next day turns over.
Yeah, I can't change the destination on it. That's unfortunate. So there's a bunch of stuff that has to go to the steel mill up here too.
Oh, fudge salad.
Can
I make that work?
So there's the coal coke ovens, and then the string behind it that are also captive service, I guess, right?
Damn it.
You good?
I am doing port switching maneuvers.
Okay, so business as usual.
Yes.
Got it. So my question is, I guess, should I go ahead and just take the stuff that's going to Epps Springs along with these other cars to the steel or iron steelworks?
Whatever you wish, whatever you feel is appropriate for you.
Okay.
And Jonathan Coleman saying it's a sea of gray names and not much green. Well, not everyone has to be an Angry Ragtimer channel member. So, and that is not a pitch. You could be. But you don't have to be. As I say many times, any support is appreciated but never expected or demanded. So, thank you. Okay, so I'm going to need to shove this shit out of the way. I did a very poor job switching. I should have done that in my 3-track yard that I have access to everything. But because I'm lazy, no, I probably will still have to do that.
I'm still struggling to get like 10 FPS right now, by the way.
At Kirkland or at Whittier, or where are you?
I'm at Kirkland.
Mm.
It happens, man. It happens.
My game's just been struggling in general for some reason. I don't think it's like as soon as we start populating the railroad with cars, I don't get higher typically than like 15 FPS.
Bandit, no. Bandit has gifted 5 Ragtimer memberships.
Bandit, yes.
Yes.
Well, thank you, Bandit. You know what that means, ladies and gentlemen? That means that Ragtimer is now lovingly penalized by being in first person.
Engineer is once again deciding to aura farm on the running board.
So welcome to all our new channel members. Thank you so much, Bandit, for doing that. You bastard. And as soon as the
First, you, Bandit.
and the horse you rode in on. Let's see, I'll wait for EBT 15 to stop screaming at people. Yes. But we have a timer. Let's play the timer. First person is now a go-go. Whoa.
Damn it.
And for those who may be new here, as you may or may not know, anyone who donates either a super chat, memberships, either joining or gifts or anything like that, that forces Ragtimer into first person. And the rule is $1 a minute. So if someone gives 5 memberships, that translates to about 25 minutes in first person. So this will make working Kamari interesting for me. Not impossible, but now you get to see Ragtimer fulfill the angry part of his name. As is tradition.
The cross Ragtimer.
Yes, the stern, but here, Ragtimer. So.
I genuinely, going back to your performance thing there, I had genuinely hoped and still hold out hope that we get some optimization of the railroader back end of things.
Well, my computer struggles with things in general. It's a bit of an older rig. At this point, I've already sung my woes to the internet multiple times now at this point about it.
Yes. And Bro Train, yes, you are correct. Super chats and channel memberships, either joining or gifting, can also cancel out first person. So I know in the past we've had crazy things like, oh, Ragtimer now has almost 2 hours in first person. And people have graciously been like, nah, you don't have to do that, or they'll cut it back. So
I just realized something.
What did you just realize?
The builder's plate on the side of the Mikado is
for Luna Locomotive Works. Yep.
Yeah, I've never noticed that before. I like that. That's a nice detail.
Hey, you want to know a really neat detail with the builder's plates?
What's that?
You'll notice that to the right of the moon in its upper quadrant, you'll see a number. That's the number that model is. So if it's like 61, that's the 61st model that Luna made.
Neat. This is number 22, apparently.
Yeah.
For Luna, if you're listening, if for the 69th model that you make, could it just be a flat car with a porta potty on the center of it strapped down?
I think the 69th has already been made.
Damn it.
I'd have to look and see which one it is, but...
My vote is for a flat car with a porta potty just strapped to it.
If you really wanted that bad, we can make that happen.
No,
we got a flat car. We've got a porta potty asset. We can make
Call it the office car.
Yeah.
Nah, man. We'll just call it the Brown Streak.
The Brown Streak.
Ingrid got that. How'd you get it too? Okay. All right,
I got it. Don't worry.
I'm not alone. Okay, we're good.
Oh gosh, and Nick Stowell gifting memberships on Twitch. Gifted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 memberships on Twitch. So thanks to Nick Stowell for removing the timer. So let's remove the timer.
You're no longer stuck in first person. Yay!
For now.
For now, until the next person
now.
decides that they want to see Ragtimer suffer. And
So,
Heath,
I have a question for the class.
Sure.
I'm currently moving about 17 miles an hour. Should I disconnect and kick these cars and then try to outrun them?
No.
I'm sorry, what? What are you trying to do?
Don't worry about it. I have a plan. I may come to regret it. Okay, those are moving way too fast. Those are moving way too fast.
I bet he did it.
You did it.
I am applying brakes. Stop. Okay.
In the name of love. And Nightingale Echo, welcome. Glad to have you here.
Howdy, howdy.
I'm seeing a lot of new names here, which is awesome. So thank you to those who are joining us, maybe for the first time, or whatever else may be happening.
Those cars took so long to stop. I'm so glad I applied brakes when I did. Okay. So, how's everyone else's night been going?
Oh, trains on the broad top. Boop boop.
Yes. Oh, Christmas train, oh, Christmas train.
They're halfway over Christmas train.
It's the great Christmas train, Charlie Brown. Hey, I never did follow up. Did you ever do anything with that little bit of inspiration I gave you after one of my previous trips to Spencer?
As far as going to Spencer, or?
No, in terms of a certain flat car.
Oh. I don't think so. I'm completely blanking on what that may or may not be.
It involved a sleigh on a flat car.
Oh. All I'll say with that is stay tuned, because there's actually an idea that's going to be happening in real life about that.
Okay.
Okay, let's get these gons. These are not gons, these are hoppers. I should know that. I saw a whole boatload of them today.
You see them
Why-
virtually every single day.
Yeah, there's so many hoppers. All the hoppers.
And there's only gonna be more.
I know. We were actually talking about that too, because we're in that exciting period where there's going to be a lot of cool stuff happening in the next few years. Everyone already knows about it. We're working to build the track to Saltillo. We want to try to do fun stuff, and we were actually talking about, hey, maybe we should go look at some of those, like Phil Hastings or John Krause or some of the old photos that were taken of the Broad Top in like the 30s, 40s, and 50s, and see which of them could realistically be recreated in the modern day. Maybe not immediately, but, like, oh, hey, we already have tracked the Jordan Summit. I wonder what angles could have been or were done in the 30s or 40s. Can we still get to that point? Like,
Yeah.
physically, like, actually get there, like, as a human with a camera. And so, part of that, too, was eventually we'll have the time that we can restore a bunch of the hoppers. Will they be hauling coal? No. But would they be roadworthy that we could then put them on a photo train? Yes.
I mean, in theory, you could load them, even if it's not with coal, with some sort of substitute, like gravel, ballast.
But that would then require us sourcing that and then having them sitting there, and then you have it rained on and all that. There's more than just, you know. And it's not like a Lionel that we put a couple of sheets of plywood in there and then put a little bit of coal on the top. That would be funny, but that would also make it very top heavy and uneven.
Just ballast the bottom and then put coal on top. It's there.
Yes.
Problem solved. I mean, what you could do is like have a bunch of ballast set aside for a work train and then just Krylon the top layer black.
Get a couple of cans of spray paint, children. It's time to have fun.
Yeah. Remember, kids, Rust-Oleum. I don't know where I was going with that.
just accept it. Just don't worry about it.
I think I was gonna go down the route of paint chips, but then
Oh, I've eaten though. Wait, what?
yeah, you got access to the good paint chips with all the lead in them.
They taste good.
Yeah.
The lead gives it a nice, soothing aftertaste.
It does. It does.
And train damage.
Yeah, drain bramage. What flavor crayon's your favorite?
I like the blue one.
Really? I like the green ones.
Mm. Okay. Now watch as Angry does not dump this cut immediately. Yoink.
That sounds like the words of someone who's about to dump a cut.
Nope, I made sure I didn't. I still have to charge the train up, but...
Uh-oh. Nope, we're good.
See, here we are trying to be nice and good about all this, and General's just over there doing whatever General's currently doing.
Well, currently I'm shoving 800 and something tons worth of coal back up the hill.
The hill. Wait, did you say what I think
The
you just
hill.
said?
Yes. Yes.
I may or may not have favorited that, so that way every time you say it,
So now
it's
now it's
permanently.
just on cue. Just got it ready. We're ready to go. So when you buying that CNS set?
No, I'm not buying the CNS. I'm once again, I'm saving money for the 315.
But think about it. You can get the CNS, and then that would secure yourself a future investment to fill the void until you get the C18.
So here's the thing: that CNS set was $2,500.
Yes.
To get the live steam engine I want is $3,600.
Yes.
So you're saying I should spend 2/3 of
Think
the
of how
money
much of
to then have me have to raise in another $3,500 to get that locomotive?
yes. Think of all the value that you're getting for that. You're getting an entire passenger set plus
No.
a live steam locomotive.
No, I'm not talking about the passenger set. I'm talking about the other engine, the one that was just the steam engine and the caboose. That's the one I was talking about today.
Wait, the one that was a steam. What?
That's what I meant. That's what I said earlier.
I don't remember seeing that one.
I didn't send it to you. That's why.
Oh, that one, the one you were talking about a minute. Okay, no, I was talking about the other one.
Yeah. Pandas.
Glue.
The glue makes it moist. Anyways,
Yes.
I'm definitely not just saying random things because I'm tired and loopy from running trains for the past 3 days.
Drugs. Well, and the drugs. The drugs don't help.
Yeah, General Nightingale Echo saying, Joe, it's just General being General again.
I'm just generally being silly.
Yes. As he generally is.
Yes. All right, so my train is heading down the mountain at a high rate of speed towards the west. Am I in line for that? Probably. No, I wasn't.
Yeah, Bro Train saying, I could start a new 8th scale engine with $2,500. Well, the one I want does have the axle pump and tender water pump, so it would refill the boiler as it's running, and then you could do it manually too.
I'm
But-
telling you, 7.5-inch gauge. but
No. All I want is an engine that means something to me, and it reminds me of my grandfather. Because again,
7.5-inch gauge.
no,
C18.
no. See, Sam, this is what I have to put up with. I'm kidding. But no, and for those who
15-inch gauge C18.
36-inch gauge C18. No.
Yeah, full scale C18, 1-to-1 scale.
Yeah. But
Just buy one of the C18s. They
Yeah.
wouldn't miss it, right? Run it on the broad top.
well, yeah, just buy 318 from the Colorado Railroad Museum. They don't need it now. They got
There you go.
315 there, so we're good. That's represented
Hey,
temporarily.
Exactly.
But anyways, for those who are wondering why I want the 315 from AccuCraft as a live steam locomotive, let me tell you a story about Ragtimer and the Cumberson Toltec. And meanwhile, people are just criticizing either not sniffing glue or should sniff glue or how the glue tastes good. I don't know what the hell we unleashed.
You've launched a whole conversation.
I have, and I'm glad that the
Easily.
people are having it. They're having important conversations about, like Nick Stoll even saying, color chalk is like a crunchy crayon. You're not wrong. You are not
I
wrong.
mean, let's be fair here. Tums is essentially just chalk with flavor.
It's true. It's very true. But let me tell you a story about Angry and his grandfather in Colorado. So, in 2002, Angry's grandfather was looking at a fun train trip that him and his grandson could do, and discovered a tour called Ride the Seven Rails of Colorado. And the tour basically started and ended in Denver, and you went to the Georgetown Loop, Colorado Railroad Museum, you went to the Pikes Peak Cog, the Royal Gorge route, the Cumberson Toltec, Durango and Silverton, and then you ended by coming back via Amtrak through the Moffett Tunnel.
Yeah.
Well, we did that trip in 2002, and we loved it so much that the next year we brought the whole family out because we were like, this is incredible. Y'all need to do this. And next year we brought out the whole family, but that cemented Ragtimer with his love of narrow gauge and the mountain railroading, real mountain railroading. And so a few years later, in 2006, we went back and we spent some time on the newly established San Luis Rio Grande, a.k.a. the Rio Grande tourist operation that was out of Alamosa for a few years. Cumberson Toltec and Durango and Silverton. And we went for the narrow gauge convention, which meant that they had 473 dressed up in the Bumblebee scheme. Goose 5 was there. And, got to ride a bunch of equipment together and make a lot of memories. And I have a lot of fun photos from that trip. A few years go by. Ragtimer and grandfather continue to go to other locations for trains. But then as Ragtimer's grandfather starts slowing down a little bit more, it's like, you know what? It would be really fun to go back out there. 2016, we go back. 2017, we go back. And then finally in 2019, we made the last trip together out to Colorado. And we timed it in such a way that the Friends of the Cumberson Toltec were doing a charter with the not very recently restored but new to the Cumberson Toltec C18 315, which was visiting with the Durango Railroad Historical Society. And, we had said, look, we've done the trip from Chama over Cumbres Pass with double headers up the 4% grade. We've done, trips out of Antonito heading west. We've done round trips to Osier, but we've not done a photo train on the Cumberson Toltec. Let's do the photo train because they had some of the historic fleet that they just restored, and it would be a little different and a piece of equipment we hadn't ridden behind yet. And we got to Antonito the day before. That was when Stothy, who was then CMO, was testing the 168 on air. So we got to see that, and I got to meet a few people who were involved with the Durango Railroad Historical Society, and got to talk with them. Saw the regular train come in with 487, which every stinking time I've been to the Cumbres and Toltec, I seem to end up behind 487. I swear it's like a curse or a blessing, depending on how you look at it. But, anyways, so we do that, and then the next day, we ride the photo train, and, by this point, my grandfather's not the kind that wants to get off the train every time and do a run by. He'll get off for a few of them, and not all of them, but he's just kind of sitting back, taking it all in. Kind of got nostalgic. He was like, this is probably the last time I'm going to be out here, which, for a 90-year-old gentleman, was both accurate but also, slightly disheartening. But it was like, nope, we're going to make the memories really good. And so, just really tried to, make some great memories with him. Got a lot of great photos. I remember that trip vividly. And then, when we were up at Cumbres Pass taking photos, I slipped down the hill and scraped up my arm pretty badly. So they actually had to get out all the gauze they had in the first aid kit and patch up my arm because it was bad. And they said the level of hurt that I had was just below their FRA reporting level. So that's fun. But injury aside, that trip with my grandfather, because I haven't been to the Cumbres and Toltec since, was incredibly memorable and means a lot. And that little 315 is just, one hell of a locomotive. Love it to death. It's like the perfect size. And so, because that was the last trip on my grandfather's favorite railroad with me, I want to get the C18 so I can run it on my layout and think of him and think of that trip. And I think that's the best way to kind of handle it, It's something that's a memory. It's a positive memory. It's something that helps me remember family and those who've gone before us. And, too, it's just a really sweet little locomotive. So, one day, not today, but one day I would love to have that locomotive. And, we'll hopefully have that happen in the next few months. I do want to try to get it before AccuCraft stops producing it, because I don't know if AccuCraft just made like a certain number of units and they're slowly selling through it, or what their case is, but I'm hoping to get that hopefully in the next 6 months, I would say, but who knows.
And if that happens, maybe we'll have a Tweetsy to double hit with it.
Yes. So
Tweetsy.
everyone loves the Tweetsy.
Really, everybody does.
Yes.
But thank you for coming to my TED Talk on the 315. Anyways, we're currently working up Kamari a little bit more. We've shortened our train significantly. We just need to get to the top of the hill to drop off the stuff for the iron mine. And then there's a couple of cars we can pick up and work our way back downhill. And, oh boy, this will be something.
I don't.
And Old School
Do I
Rail
even wanna
Productions,
look
if you had the money to give it, I'd give it, but I'm broke. It's A-okay. I appreciate the sentiment, And again, part of the thing with this YouTube stuff is it's the fun money. It's the stuff I get to do cool trips on or, whatever. So,
Ragtimer
one day.
Model Train Slush Fund.
Yeah, it's the Ragtimer Model Train Slush Fund. So maybe one day I'll have the ability to, get that stuff. And, obviously there's no rush on it, but I'm thankful for your guys' support because it has helped with the Guard Railroad. I mean, Exhibit A, if you've seen the videos I've put out in the last week or two, the damn thing's built. Like, I will film an update probably tomorrow of here it is, it's fully built, here's where everything's going to go. And unfortunately, it'll have to wait to build the track because I want the ground to settle. But, you know, it exists. It's here. It's physically here now. So, exciting stuff. Very exciting stuff. And I need to slow my ass down. Angry, have you ever been up to the Oil Creek and Titusville Railroad? No, but I did meet the owner a few months ago at a train show. Not a train show, a bus show in Central PA. Very sweet people. And I hope to get up there at some point just to check out what they have going on. Angry, how many likes do you have on your end? Let's check out the tape. Currently 35. Got a
All
50.
yins need to go like it.
It's the easiest way to support the Ragtimer, and it doesn't cost you a cent. Okay.
Algorithm.
Please help the YouTube algorithm. Okay. So
Glory
let's go.
be, all hail the algorithm.
Yes.
I hate that the bell replacer resets like every time you get on.
We've got an update for that. It just every time we go to update something else breaks. Honestly, and I'm saying this not to be like pedantic or anything. I think a lot of modders are just kind of waiting to see, like, for the big script mod update stuff. A lot of us are just kind of waiting to see what happens with the update, because Lego wants to redo a lot of how library stuff works in order to add some stuff in, and the shtick with that is it's like, okay, do you rebuild the entire ecosystem like you want for the game right now, or do you wait to see what comes with the update and what all this new scripting language is going to be, and you know what it's going to require for all the equipment and everything to be updated, what mods are going to break. So I was,
That's fair.
we've had an update for 6 months. We just every time we go to test it, we find something else that's like, okay, we don't like that, we like this. It's crap.
I should probably check my alignment into Bryson.
I would. And Heath Nielsen saying, speaking of where is that update? That is whenever the Railroader team, the official team, does that, so no one knows the answer.
Ooh, that would have been bad.
Sounds like it would have been great.
I would have hit a switch going to hard left at 35 mile an hour, so...
That sounds like a personal problem there, Sonny boy.
Ruh-roh, Raggy.
Raggy. God, that's hard to do with a sore throat. Jesus.
Like Scoob, those foamers were unarmed.
Like Scoob.
Sorry, that was the best I could come up with.
Appreciate you trying. That's all we ask.
Tried very, very hard.
And Nightingale, like I was saying, you're partial Atlantics yourself. First time you heard of them was back in the Railroad Tycoon 2 when that came out. God, I love Railroad Tycoon 2. The game's so fun. Also, just pucker your butthole a little bit there, General. That's what it sounded like.
Hey, you remember that really, really tight turnaround loop we have over here at one end of Bryson Yard?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was lined for that.
Ooh.
Doing 35.
Well, that's
with a string
fun.
of coal cars behind me. Yeah, yeah. I thankfully caught it before I actually hit it, but it was kind of close.
Hmm. There appear to be 2 dead cars on this this string here. So unfortunately,
Dead is in.
unattached to everything. So unfortunately, we're about to see the hand of God act in a way that probably shouldn't. Delete. Delete. Angry, can I do some kicking? I mean, I probably can, but it depends on what we do. And thank you, Arctic. I appreciate it. And yes, I do hope to ride the Oil Creek and Titusville. There's a lot of tourist railroads now that I'm in the position I'm at, which I'm not going to say publicly on stream what my role is, but based on what I have where I'm at now, it would be very good for me to go to a couple other tourist railroads and make friends and, just kind of pick brains just to learn more. So. And people are saying, remember, kick every car you come across. But why? It's not like a disobedient child.
Make sure you're wearing steel-toed boots. Remember, kids, you can kick all the cars you want, but as it's clearly stated on many cars, do not hump them.
That I've been doing this wrong this entire time. I've been doing this wrong.
Every time I go out to a random railroad museum or something like that, Angry gets a photo of one of the cars that just says "Do not hump."
Didn't I?
No.
Did you take a precarious photo of me at the Altoona Museum
Yes.
doing something to a car that said "Do not hump"?
Yes.
I
I thought I sent you that, didn't I?
don't know if you did or not. You probably did.
Well, just in case. Let's see. Where is it at? Where is it at? Unless I took it on your phone. Oh, no, here it is.
And CNR 4411, hello, Angry. It's been viewing for a while. I just want to say thanks for the content. I watch you and Sam pretty often. Well, thank you. I'm glad you get enjoyment out of that. Okay, let's see. I need to get a few more cars out of here.
There you go.
See if I can see this real quick and not crash into the car. Aw. We should have filmed it as like a short video and turned it into a GIF. That'd have been terrifying. Actually,
I mean, so to be fair though, I have a second photo, so I could just make it be like, hold on.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on. You remember the like GIF of the stormtrooper that was they had the music going, just like ba ba da ba 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 ba. That was like a long time ago. But just loop the two photos together.
Oh boy.
Hold on. Here's the other photo. So just like loop those two photos together.
No. That's incriminating. That's very incriminating. Those photos will not see the light of day.
Not safe for stream.
Not safe for stream.
God bless.
He's pulling his cock out.
Oh
His
no!
angle cock.
Yeah,
Whoa.
that.
He's tugging on his cylinder cocks.
Whoa.
He's opened his blowdown valve.
Whoa.
You know, it's amazing. When I'm over here in the interchange yard where there's no other cars but me and the 8 cars I'm hauling, I'm getting actually decent FPS.
Amazing.
Shocking.
And of course, as soon as I mention it, I go back to 14. Yay!
Don't tempt the fate. And Garrett Chase, glad to have you here.
Where am I lined? Second to last. Okay, that'll work.
And CNR4411, you guys were talking about Tweetsy earlier. I wanted to ask a question. I know 12 is Tweetsy, but where did the other engine come from? It came from the greatest narrow gauge of them all, the White Pass and Yukon route.
Debatable.
Well, I don't want to steal your stream.
Nope. Go ahead, Sam.
Go for it.
Say it now. You did it.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Well, Yun's asked for it, so here you go. So Tweetsy Railroad is a theme park in Western North Carolina, Western North Carolina.
And Boone.
Correct.
In Boone, North Carolina. Anyway, I try so hard to suppress that accent.
Actually, technically, it's Blowing Rock, but okay.
Yeah,
Who's fucking with my throttle?
not me. It's actually not me.
Not me. I'm not even in the game.
Wait, what? What? Hold up. What?
Not I.
Sus.
Uh-oh. I got problems.
Do you need me to help?
No, I figured out what it was, but for some reason, I had your locomotive selected.
I'm sorry, what?
Somehow I had number 7 selected, even though I've been controlling number 5 this entire time.
Interesting.
Anyways, continue.
So when they opened Tweetsy Railroad, all they had was engine number 12. And at the same time that the people who owned that park came to that conclusion, around about the same time they realized, hey, this theme park is a really cool thing. However, what if we put it somewhere that wasn't the middle of nowhere, North Carolina, that's hard to get to? So they began looking for property, decided to open up another park, not too far away, but somewhere closer to a major population center. They settled on a little place outside of Sevierville, Tennessee, which is now called Pigeon Forge. They opened up a little theme park called Rebel Railroad. It was basically a copy-paste of Tweetsy with a different track layout. And they went to the White Pass in Yukon and acquired 2 narrow gauge Mikados, numbers 190 and 192, both of which had been built for U.S. Army Transportation Corps in the 1940s, specifically I think 1943. And 190 went to Tweetsy as a backup for the 12, and 192 went to Rebel Railroad, which went through all the progressions. Rebel Railroad to Gold Rush Junction to Silver Dollar City. Yes, the same people that owned Branson. And then it became Dollywood in 1986 or 7, something like that.
6, 7.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're White Pass mics with an asterisk. They're Army engines first and foremost, and you can tell it just kind of by looking at them because they're built on the cheap compared to what the White Pass ordered. They ordered their own narrow gauge mics in like 1938, and they got, a vastly different machine in the 70 class. But after World War II, the Army Corps went, "You guys want these? We don't have no use for them." And then White Pass went, "Yeah, gobble, gobble, gobble."
I mean, to be fair, where else would they put 3-foot gauge mics?
Exactly. They're
The grammar like a
they're
word,
interesting engines.
but not actually.
One of the interesting things about the 190 class is they're actually meant to be regaugeable. You can drop the drivers and put different gauge drivers under them, and I think it's either the same class or something pretty damn close as running on the Zigzag Railway, and that's Australia, I think.
Yes.
I could see that actually. That actually makes sense.
Yeah, but they're without tipping my hand too far. They're good engines. They're very simple. They have a manual reverser. They don't have a power reverse. They don't have a front end throttle. They're kind of like a Jeep. They're meant to be very adaptable to any situation, and they're meant to kind of be able to do everything. They're a little long in the frame and low in the boiler pressure for like Dollywood, but I mean, very few steam engines that were built to do what Dollywood does.
To be fair, even I think 190 struggles a bit at Tweetsy because they got some grades out there.
Oh yeah. Oh yes, they do. Tweetsy does a very good job of taking care of their engine. So when you go, appreciate it because that's a theme park that is predominantly centered around the train because they really don't have a lot of other rides or anything, and they know it, and they take very good care of their engine.
Yeah. Especially considering, I don't think, is Tweetsy one of a kind now? Like, is number 12 actually one of a kind now?
Yeah, it has been.
Yeah, no, I knew there was no other East Tennessee, Western North Carolina locomotives around, but I mean, just in terms of the class at all.
Yeah, I think
There's some similar?
I don't think there's any other surviving narrow gauge ET and WNC locomotive. I know that by extension, the Southern 722 and the 630 are ET and WNC steam engines.
Yes.
Being that they were owned by the Tweetsy at one point, but those are a different animal altogether.
Well, I just more meant along the lines of like narrow gauge 10-wheelers.
Gosh.
Or GS20.
I can't. Well, yeah, I forgot about that one. Yep.
But
right.
Isn't RGS20 a different class though, or is it the same?
No, it is.
It is. Yeah.
Very different.
But yeah, just the fact that they've done the work they have with that locomotive, which is now actually, which has been National Historical Registry of, it's been on the National Historic Registry for quite some time now. Especially considering it is the only the last remaining narrow gauge locomotive from the ETWNC, and they've kept it running in such good condition for so long. It is impressive.
And Bandon has a good point. 190 has a former Sumter Valley tender from Mikado 18, and also RGS 20 is a different class, but I'm not sure about the SP 10-wheelers. Good point. I always forget about those.
Actually, yeah, the SPs I think are pretty close. But I think, well, they're close, but they're built to different specifications because I think the ETWNC had extended smoke boxes and a couple other things that were slightly different.
Yeah.
Plus,
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Weren't the SPs all oil burners, or were they initially coal and then swapped to oil?
I think they were all oil from the get-go.
Yeah, I think so. Well, they'd about have to be to have those goofy tenders.
Yeah.
I don't know. They're 12 is just an odd duck. I mean, it there's really not another engine like that's left that looks like 12. And really, I can't think of any other narrow gauge 10-wheelers that were built that looked like 12, that were the same like general layout. Like there were other narrow gauge 10-wheelers, sure, but just that look, I don't think anybody else had any that I can think of.
The Tweetsy locomotives have a very specific look. Maybe what was the other one? What was the other one? I can't remember it. It's gonna hit me like a freight train here in a minute. Maybe the Florence and I remember. The Florence and Cripple Creek, didn't they have, or did they ever order 10-wheelers? I can't remember.
Yeah, they did.
I
Pretty sure
think
they did.
Yeah, Florence and Cripple Creek, I think, had similar layout locomotives.
Well, let's just have a look-see. I mean, yeah, they're pretty close. They're slide valve. Was that called the Golden Circle Railroad or something?
Gold belt.
That sounds right.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, they're close. If this picture is what I think it is, yeah, I mean they're close. I don't know. 12 was always fascinating because it's a stout little ship for what it is. I'll give you that. That thing will do things you don't think's possible.
Oh, it does 100%. I mean, it hauls it on days where Tweetsy was really busy. They would have 2 trains running, one being pulled by 190 and one being pulled by 12, and I think they were the exact same length. And 12 just sings its little heart out as it's going up that grade, and it's amazing. It's an experience.
I'll tell you, I saw it one year. It wasn't the weekend where they do the heritage stuff, but it was it was some charter weekend, and they had the 12, the regular passenger car, and then the full Wild West concept.
Give us back Coach 5. Give us back Coach 5. Give us back Coach 5.
Honestly, yeah.
This has been your daily psyop from
Call Hollywood and tell them to give them back all your coal car trucks.
Hey.
Then you can do your photo freight.
I think he's got plenty. I think he's got plenty to pull from right now, to be honest with you.
Yeah, probably.
But I've actually ridden behind the Heritage consist a couple of times, and I have one video in particular on my. I think I've posted it before, of 2 or 3 years ago. I went out there.
Yep, I know the video.
And so for reference, when they're doing their Heritage Day stuff, they don't pull 12 into the station or like onto the main street.
Yeah.
Like they would normally do for the cowboy train. 190 still stops there. 12 doesn't. 12 stops at the
shops.
The building. Do what now?
The shops, right?
No, it
doesn't
doesn't stop at the shops. It's on the other side of the crossing, at the like auditorium thing that they got going on there.
Yeah.
Which it's sitting on the grade.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a video on my phone of like 2 or 3 years ago. It was raining. It was during that weekend, and they started out on that grade. She slipped a little bit, but she dug in and took off. I need to see if I can find that video now.
I'm gonna answer this question from the chat before we move on. If that's okay with you, Angry?
Yep.
Okay. So, CNR 4411 says, thanks for the info. One other question: doesn't Dollywood have? I'm assuming. Yeah, it's DW. Have free engines? For the curious viewer, Dollywood at one point had 4. Actually,
technically,
in total they've had 5.
Technically, it has 3.5.
So what they have right now, or let me back up. At one point in time, there was a tank engine that was there. It was only really good for 2 or 3 cars up the hill. It didn't last long. Don't know a whole lot about that one. Whatever.
What the hell? It did it again.
Oh god. The park at one point on display out in front of it had the former Southern Railway, Smoky Mountain Railway number 107, which is the an earlier built sister to the Southern 154. They're both now owned and are both located in Knoxville in their shop. 154 lost its boiler, went out of boiler ticket, awaiting overhaul. 107 hasn't steamed since the end of the steam era. They're both Southern G-class 280s.
Isn't there another one rolling around that's like a big wheel, like classic style locomotive? I can't think of what it was offhand.
No.
Maybe not in Dollywood itself, but like outside in.
Oh yeah, there
somewhere.
There was. It's actually at the Chattanooga Choo Choo Hotel now.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, their little display engine that's all dolled up and looks like a circus train, that used to be on display next to 107.
Yeah.
In terms of engines that are actually in the park, 192 operated there for a long time, and then the Silver Dollar City folks went back to the White Pass and got 70, 71, and what was left of 72 to bring back and restore. Now, take it with a grain of salt. There's always been a lot of speculation about if they were ever going to restore 71, if 192 was going to get put out to pasture and they just have 70 and 71. Because keep in mind, Silver Dollar City runs those tank engines, and they're not really shy about putting engines out to pasture when they've outlived their usefulness. Just as a matter of, it's a theme park ride, got to do what's best. But 192 and 70 came back in the 80s, early 90s, somewhere in there, and it's run there ever since. 71, they took it apart for an ultrasound on the boiler in 2004, 2005, and they actually restored a tender, the one that came with the 71, and put it behind one of the other engines. I think it was 192, because there's a lot of video from that period of 192 running around with a black tender that doesn't have any lettering on it. And if I remember correctly, that was the one that they restored to stick behind 71, and then they got told by park management, "Oh, you want your normal budget for the year and an extra $1 million or so to put 71 back in traffic?" Yeah, no, we got roller coasters to build. Get out of here. So that didn't happen. 71's been disassembled basically ever since. It's just been in pieces. 72, I mentioned a minute ago, it was destroyed in a roundhouse fire in Skagway, and all they did was take the pieces, what was left of it, the frames and a bunch of the parts. Yeah, it's never done anything.
It's sad there.
Yeah, it's sad. That's a sad state of affairs there. But that theme park railroading is a whole different ball game from
True heritage.
Reservation Railroad. Yeah, because it's a theme park ride. It's all it is. It's just like Tweetsy, they're very in touch with the fact that ET and WNC is the reason they exist. Dollywood is just, well, they rely on Dolly Parton now. So
I still say one of my ultimate dreams would be if I ever hit the lottery, trying to buy back the right of way for the ETWNC and somehow acquire 12 along with maybe a couple other locomotives from various different sources and try to rebuild the Tweetsy, but realistically, I don't think it would ever happen.
You heard it first. Corporate takeover of every right of way. Is Dollywood worth visiting? Yes.
Yeah, look, Dollywood is much more expensive to get into, but I will tell you this. From a rail fan perspective, it's a theme park, but it is a great ride. It's a lot of stack talk and a lot of noise and a lot of whistle blowing, and it's a steam engine doing basically what it was built to do. Work hard.
I will say, I went during when they had all the Christmas stuff going on last year.
Yeah.
And on a cold, late November night, going up to the hill to see the lights, getting up to the top of the hill when the air was cold, and just listening to the whistle echo and reverberate all around, it was...
Yeah. And the one thing I will tell you is it's a great park to go to as well. It's a very nice park. It's all clean. A lot of really good roller coasters if you're into those. A lot of great music. If you like listening to quartets and groups and bluegrass and country and everything else, that's great. And the other benefit is you're right on the doorstep of the greatest national park in the country, the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. So if you're into hiking, hey, saddle up. You go all the way to the top of Klingman's Dome. It's great. It's definitely worth going and visiting, in my opinion.
Have they opened up a lot of the Great Smoky Mountain Parkway up there?
There's still some of it that's closed, but they're working through it. A lot of what they're doing right now is actually adding new parking spaces and making it more accessible for more people, and they're doing a lot of work to obviously recover from Helene and other catastrophes. But there's still some of it that's closed, I think. It's been a minute since I've really paid attention to that, because anytime in the last year that I've gone, it's been like, oh, we're going to Gatlinburg to go drink whiskey and have fun. We ain't been up in the mountains yet.
I know the last time I went up to Tweetsea, a lot of the stuff kind of I think it was to the west of Boone, was closed. But it's sort of like, because I was able to go on the parkway for a little bit, and then I had to get off, and then I was able to get back on it. It's just, I think there's still areas where it's not all fantastic.
Oh, I'm sure. And honestly, that area, there's some parts of it, especially on the North Carolina side of the mountains, that will just never be the same again.
No, I 100% agree. I mean, you can still see, if you travel through like the Biltmore area, you can still see there's plenty of areas around there where it's just like there's still trailers just on the side of the river.
Oh yeah, 100%. And I mean, it's it's, oh, how do I put it? It's a great area of the country to go to. You've got a lot of, particularly from a rail fan perspective, you've got within a day drive of like Pigeon Forge, you've got Spencer, you've got TVRM, you've got Dollywood, you've got Tweetsea, you've got the Great Smoky Mountain Railroad, which is the Murphy branch.
Ironically, what we're running now.
Yeah, to the west, you've got Norfolk Southern's, the Rat Hole, C&O and TP, the big main. You've got CSX's main lines all through there. To the north, you've got Roanoke. I mean, you're spoiled for choice, really.
I actually need to go back up to Roanoke at some point. I haven't been up there in a minute.
I'm making a road trip up there not too long from now for reasons. I need to go up there and have a look around and stuff. See the NRHS and all that fun stuff's going on up there. So.
Gotcha.
Whew. Sorry, didn't mean to preach for so long.
Preach.
Preach, brother.
Was just trying to give poor Angry a break there.
Yeah. God damn it.
Are you okay, buddy?
Yeah, I might need to take some more medicine. Give me.
That's okay. Me and Fuzzy will sit here and be Southern foamers.
I'm sorry. Did you just call him Fuzzy? Oh.
Why did I call him Fuzzy? My God, General, I'm sorry. There's two of you that I talk to, and both of you sound pretty similar. Sorry, I'm sorry. You can hit me over the head with a shovel. I'm sorry.
I'll hit you over the head with a coal scoop. Don't worry.
General, it's so weird. I talked to two people. Both of you are sound pretty similar, and you're both North Carolinian foamers.
What the hell was that?
Ears.
That wasn't me. I didn't do that.
Wasn't me.
Gosh.
Yeah, I found the video.
All right, well, let me see it. We'll see it.
Alright, give me 1 second. I'm gonna see if Discord will actually allow me to do it because the piece of no. Hold on, yeah, I'm trying to put it in real train chat right now. Or
Real
what is it?
train chat in the Discord. Join the Discord.
Is it real train chat or trains chat?
Trains chat.
Trains chat.
Trains chat. Yeah. let
Oh,
me see
look,
if I
there's a
can put it
picture
in.
of 203
Yeah, look at that.
with a Southern Railway PS4 whistle on the roof. Now, I wonder where that came from.
You wouldn't know
Internet.
anything about that, would you?
You know. 203 is... I'm so sad 203 hasn't made it into the catalog yet. That is the stereotypical short line engine.
Please clear. Please clear. Thank God.
Alright. Will it send? Will it blend?
Will it mend?
Oh, I'm
The hole in
about
my
to hit
heart?
the trestle doing 40. Ooh. That could have been a disaster. Also, where are you at, Angry?
Still up on Kamari.
Okay.
Oh, I just saw the picture of the... I don't know where that's from, 280, the European one.
I don't know where that's from, too. Gotcha.
It's European, and it looks excellent.
It should have just gone into the thing.
Let's have a look-see.
Fast forward a little bit. He just sits there ringing the bell for a while.
Ding, ding,
Okay.
ding, 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 ding.
But I like 12's bow. It's pleasing
Well,
to the ear.
12 does have a very nice bell. It's very distinct from a lot of the other bells you hear.
Download this because it's doing that. Discord's doing that thing where it's like, I'm gonna play the first 8 seconds with no problem, and then after that you're on your own.
Of course it does. Peter Charles just posted a picture.
Look at that monster behind him. Look at that yellow stone.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah, brother.
One might say it's a big. That's a big boy back there.
There it goes. Well, that's when they had the flat car.
I have arrived. I'm here to make it everyone's problem.
Oh, hi,
Excellent.
Star Guys.
Oh,
Is it just
Yes, it's me. And I didn't do it all nighter this time, so I should be fine.
hooray.
Wonderful. Well, how's things going in the land down under?
Well, it's actually going all right.
Oh, Solaris, I noticed. I'm afraid, but I'm also under the weather, so quiet and afraid.
Okay, where is it? What's the name of the save again?
I'll put it in the staff
SSR.
chat.
Oh,
yeah.
whoops.
Whoops, we'll cut that out in the edit.
Well, they don't know the password anyways.
The password is
Password is password.
Yep. The snozberries taste like snozberries.
Yes, the floor is made of floor. More news at 9.
Oh, God bless.
I love 12's whistle so much.
You know, it wore a 5 chime at one point.
What?
God's chosen
When?
5 time.
I don't know. There's a video I found on YouTube of it, like in the 90s or something like that. It had a 5 chime on it.
That sounds more like someone putting on their own whistle just to kind of mess around than.
Oh,
I don't
yeah,
know.
maybe for sure.
I know they dinked the whistle on it at one point or another, and that's why there's a lot of videos out of like the 70s, 80s, and 90s where it sounded completely different.
Yeah, they did some work to it. I don't remember when specifically, but I know they did.
You know what happened with that, right?
No, but now I want to know.
So apparently they built the engine shed, right?
Oh no.
And they took into account the height of the locomotive.
How'd you do?
They did not take into account the height of the whistle.
Ah.
And so they went to back the locomotive in, smacked the whistle, and then tried to put it back together. I think they added too many washers as spacers and just were like, eh. And then just ran it like that for a while.
God bless.
That's why it for a long time it had the like damaged, really deep tone to it.
I can tell you one a little sillier.
Hmm.
What's that?
So I don't know if I can tell that on well, I can nullify locations, but you'll know exactly what I'm
Something
talking about.
conductors edit.
Yeah, something like that. There was a place that had a steam train,
Mm-hmm.
Go on.
and the steam train was in dire need of some general maintenance. It wasn't broken by any means. It needed a service.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it ran on for weeks, and then months, and then it was 6 months, and then 8, and then 9, and in the 10th month of this engine running, with no real relief, on a fine, rainy October day, the engineer got the high sign, whistled off, pulled the throttle. The engine started up the hill. The fireman, very inexperienced, watched from the cab as the right-hand cylinder decided that it had enough.
I know where this is going. Yep.
The cylinder then decided that it was going to go kablooey. It went kablooey, and there the train sat, in full view of the general public, after having launched its piston out in pieces. The cover went that way over there. I'm pointing to the left. Now you can't see me. Went way over there, rolled down a hill, and landed in front of some children while it was still warm. What was left of the piston, it was a mess. It was a fun day. I remember that day well.
I can't remember. I may have seen a video of that. I can't remember if it exists though. I might be misremembering something.
You know, I have my old computer laying around, and there are a lot of videos on that. One of them is a video of that. And I remember when the engine went back to the shop, the first thing that was said was, well, how long is that going to take to fix? And the response was, well, it'd probably be easier to, repair the other one. Aren't the boiler tubes out of that one? Yeah, it'd probably be easier.
Lol.
Oof.
My frames, my poor PC as I'm coming in here to East Whittier.
Your frames also sound. Your computer also sounds like 12 trying to start on a hill.
The hill.
Yeah. But it gets it done, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, it does.
Just like your
until
mom.
It doesn't, and they gotta patch out the boiler.
Look, to be fair, that boiler I don't think it had been
Oh, yeah.
properly serviced since like the 1940s. So
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised 12 made it that long. I really am. And seriously, God bless the folks in the shop because they didn't. There was no arguing. It was okay. This is what we have to do. Let's do it, and then they're just doing it.
I mean, they're being very thorough with it. They did like complete and total ultrasonic of the boiler. Like
Oh, yeah.
they've got it down to the 10th of a thou. I mean, they're doing all new boiler sheets. They're doing a lot of work to it.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
Is it done yet? No. I say that in jest.
Done yet? It'll get there. It'll get there.
Yes.
Promise it'll get there.
I saw a locomotive sitting in the yard, and I was a little concerned. And then I remembered that the M2 is just sitting over here menacingly.
Yes.
Wow, there's a lot of stuff over here that has to go to the
Kirkland? Yes.
not just Kirkland, but also to the steel works
Mm-hmm.
and Bryson. There's actually a surprising amount of stuff that needs to go to Bryson.
I'll show you something that needs to go to Bryson.
I mean, I'm looking at Kirkland and I'm just seeing the massive, coal train that's already starting to spawn up there.
Don't worry about it. I took a lot of. That's the problem. Is I took about half the cars out of there already.
I mean, I'm looking at it and I'm having flashbacks to last stream I was on. Viewers might remember 900% damage.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. That
Yeah.
happened because your weird gravitational magic pulled something on this.
From the southern
Yeah.
hemisphere.
Yes.
Yeah.
It
Oops.
couldn't. They didn't take into account the toilets flush the other ways down there.
And then the game went, how about we take this train and push it somewhere else?
Essentially, yes. What time is it?
But on the plus side, tiny Boba Caboose.
Oh yeah, the Love Shack.
Yeah.
Love
Yeah.
Shack, baby, love.
Have you seen the Love Shack, C-Sam?
No.
Hold please. I think it's down here. I'm gonna just let my train go by unattended. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Burp, burp,
Is it
burp,
down
burp,
here? No, it's up at Kirkland.
burp, 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 burp.
Yes.
Love Shack.
Ricker Mortis asking, have you guys heard of Norfolk and Western 1151?
That's the
51.
that's the Molly that's sitting outside the BMT with like no hope. Watching your frames.
Yeah, you like all the unloaded chunks here?
Boy, I feel like I'm back in a meeting watching a PowerPoint with the amount of slides
Yeah.
I'm looking at.
Exactly.
Love Shack.
It's the Love Shack. This is the official Southern Love Shack.
God bless.
Yeah.
You gotta put the red lights on it though. Oh yeah, you do. Okay.
Yeah, I got the red lights. Don't worry.
Hell
Don't worry. We got red lights on this bad boy
Hell
right here.
yeah! Now we got red lights.
And back to 190 on a budget.
Wow.
Hmm.
Alright, I'm gonna stop streaming so I can spare whatever frames I actually still have.
Nonsense. Just let me get over there and shovel some coal into your computer.
Yeah. Coal fixes everything. Hey, Angry, where you at?
Still at Kamara, or whatever this thing, Kamari.
Kimari? Kimchi.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Neat. All right. I'm coming up the branch line as we speak.
Whoa.
Well,
Wait, up my branch? Oh. Oh.
Okay, there's room up at Kirtland. Do you want me to grab a loco and just take all the Kirkland cars at East
Yes,
Whitty up
please.
there? Now there's room.
I don't think there's any room at East Whittier.
Well, there's a new interchange that's going to be coming over in...
Taking the Kirkland cars from East Whitty up, because 2 of the
Oh.
loading tracks are now clear.
Yeah. Take the M2, I'd say.
all right, folks. Well, I'm gonna leave y'all here. I'm gonna go watch some TV and kind of get ready for bed here. Thanks for having me on, as always, guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Of course.
Good to talk with you.
Yeah. Talk to you later, General. Definitely not fuzzy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That distinction can be a little fuzzy sometimes.
I'm so sorry about that. That was incredibly rude. I'm sorry.
Mm.
All right, I will
Mark
talk
it up to a Freudian slip.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I got a lot of friends that all, Anyway. All right, y'all have a good night. Don't forget to like
Are you
the stream.
saying all us foamers sound the same? Is that what you're trying to say?
No, but when you got
Yeah.
2 of them that are both from that, that area, and both of them are very interested in Tweetsy, it's kind of like, oh,
I mean,
What do you mean that area?
what do you mean by you people?
what do you mean by Tweetsy? All right, I'll see y'all later.
Yeah.
See
Yeah.
Night, everybody.
Who was that guy? And why did he have so many ostriches?
Hold
I
on.
don't know, but it's just me, or does it sound like you talk about Shrimpy a lot?
Hold on, I got something.
I don't
for
talk
that.
like about Shrimpy.
Is
We
that
don't.
really done? Will we ever forget him? Who? You know, what's his name?
Oh my god. Why do you have so much Statler and Waldorf just at your disposal? That's what I'm afraid of. You have
You
so
remember
much.
I made an entire server dedicated to that.
You've
at
made
one point. You
multiple
gotta remember
servers
that.
just dedicated to that kind of shit, and that makes me afraid. Naked and afraid. Whoa.
Whoa.
Whoa. Let's not be hasty here now. Where the hell does this go? Oh, over there.
Also, it's probably a good thing that you're coming up here because I might need another engine to help get me out of here.
Yeah,
You're
that
going
grade.
downhill,
Right,
though, aren't you?
yeah, no. Royale Kamari going up to the tunnel is like a 3% grade, like 3.5% grade. It has gotten my passenger train stuck, and they're only like 4 passenger cars along at this point. Then again, I am still using the 2 like starter locos, so it's like, yeah, what do I expect this?
Oh, I hear him.
Well, I'm stopped up here at the coal mine because I got to drop these off real quick.
Okay.
I can hear you chugging around up there. I'm a little concerned by how close you are to me.
Chug around. Chug around.
I'm getting a blistering 8 frames a minute or a second. not a minute.
No, 8 frames a minute. Yeah.
8 frames a
That's-
minute.
I'm gonna do a lazy thing, but I think people are gonna hate me for doing said lazy
And
thing.
you need a popsicle stick?
Huh?
What? Sorry. I've completely gone loony and Sunni.
Well, I'm not gonna help too much.
It's to the point where I can't even effectively whistle signal anymore. I'm a bit upset with this.
No,
I didn't-
no,
you know,
it's the end of the world.
I should probably top off with water while I'm here.
Yeah, you probably should.
What's that?
yes, you probably should. I just had a high register voice of just like, yeah, probably should do that.
Yeah. I mean, I still have 7,700 gallons, but I haven't recoaled or rewatered
No!
in a hot minute. You good?
Well,
No. I'll take that as a no. Is this a Marlboro branded? No. Okay, never mind. Mobile gas. Okay. I thought that said Marlboro for a minute. I was like, why do we have cigarette branded gas tanks?
you know
I
why.
mean, it is the
Well, first.
1940s.
Yeah.
Ah, yes, that nice, cool taste of an asbestos filter.
Yes.
As best as it can.
Yes.
The really sad thing about asbestos is it is honestly one of the best natural materials we have access to. If it just didn't give everything
Cancer.
and everyone that touched it turbo cancer, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't give you cancer, it gives you asbestosis, which I guess technically can lead to cancer.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a type of thing that can be really good at its job if you don't fuck with it. What's the
Well,
one
so
thing
that's-
humans do?
Well, the problem is that it's very good if it's not being disturbed, and if you're wearing proper PPE. The problem is when it gets loose and airborne because the fibers are kind of hook-shaped. So think of it kind of like fiberglass. Have you ever messed around with fiberglass, like insulation or anything?
Luckily, no. But I have
Okay,
heard
so-
that if you breathe that crap in, once it's in, it never leaves.
No, fiberglass isn't as bad. Fiberglass doesn't really have that problem. Asbestos, though, does. The problem with asbestos is that asbestos fibers are... I didn't expect to give a talk on asbestos today. Asbestos fibers are kind of hook-shaped. So they have a tendency to kind of latch on to whatever they find themselves in, whether that be like your clothes or, soft tissue in your lung, that sort of thing. And since asbestos fibers are so, incredibly durable, this also tends to mean that they don't really break down. So the biggest problem with asbestos is that it kind of lodges itself into like your lungs if you breathe it in, and then it just never leaves. It doesn't break down or anything like that. You can't cough it out because it gets hooked in your lungs, and it doesn't just naturally break down either because it's just that type of something that just doesn't break down.
So essentially, it just sits there menacingly in your lungs until eventually dead.
It causes problems.
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much.
On the subject of asbestos, there used to be a town in Western Australia by the name of Whitnum that was famous because it was essentially a asbestos mining town. And then people started discovering how bad asbestos is to breathe in. Given a popular pastime there was, play around with the, because it was blue asbestos. So, of course, the entire ground would have a light covering of blue asbestos around the mine. Safe to say that town isn't there anymore, and it's actually been, degazetted and everything. It's just that dangerous. Yet, despite the fact it was degazetted in 2006, until I think 2022, there was still one person living in the town.
Huh.
I think that person's now either moved on or moved on. So yeah, there's no signage anymore that says how to get to Whitnum. It still exists on like Wikipedia as like, hey, there's a former town by the name of Whitnum, but unless you know exactly where it is, there's no way to get to it now. It's off all the signage.
So I think asbestos is silica based, right?
I think. I
But,
do
yeah.
vaguely remember that blue asbestos is the worst type of asbestos.
Yes, I think that's right. Asbestos, I think, is silica based, and that's why it doesn't break down, because silica doesn't break down over time, unlike stuff that's like carbon based. Sorry, I'm going off materials. What was I gonna say? Oh, but fun fact: did you know in the movie The Wizard of Oz,
The snow's actually asbestos.
yeah, when they're in the poppy field, all that snow is actually asbestos, just
Mm,
powdered asbestos, essentially.
delicious.
Angry's gone very quiet as we're over here rambling about asbestos. This
Happens
is
to
the
the best of us.
this is the content you came for.
And
It
guy
is.
called Odin, thank you for the $5, saying no POV time. Asbestos is naturally occurring too. Nature give a big middle finger to humans in that regard.
Yeah,
in
that's-
Snapchat, there's a Wikipedia article about Whitnum.
I got you. But yeah, that's what I was saying earlier though, is asbestos is naturally occurring, and it's arguably the best insulator that we have. It's better than a lot of the man-made. I think it's still like the top insulator that we have, man-made or not, but it's just so hazardous to your health that it's been I think it's still used in like certain specialty applications, but it's nowhere near as much as it used to be. Like used to be used to cover like steam boilers, steam lines, in roofing tiles, all kinds of roofing shingles, all kinds of stuff. Ceiling tiles, brake pads, yeah, you pretty much you name it, it probably had asbestos in it at one point. Fun fact, if you ever go to buy an old house, there is a non-zero chance that you may or may not have asbestos shingles on it, and if you do, they're a gigantic pain in the ass to get rid of.
Yeah, isn't that a problem? You mentioned earlier, like some locomotive boilers, had clad with them. Isn't that an issue of restoration where, like, if it's found, you have to get like a whole team in to get it all out
Yes.
and all that? Yeah.
Yes. It has to. So the biggest thing is with asbestos, you have to wet it down before you try to disturb it.
Because if you don't,
Otherwise-
then it's gonna be all powdery, and now you've thrown it into the
You've
air.
just
where
you've
needed
just
it.
unleashed the devil's fart into the area, essentially.
Oh no!
But yeah, if it's not wetted down, it'll just kind of get airborne and make problems. Because even if it'll eventually settle. But I don't remember. But I think they'd have to like quarantine an area after they've done asbestos, especially if it's in like an enclosed place for a certain amount of time.
Mm.
Like I know for a fact I've been in multiple buildings like old mills and stuff like that. You look up and you just see steam lines and you're like, oh, that's asbestos around that. I'm not gonna touch that.
Delicious.
My elderly neighbor, my parents' elderly neighbor worked in the Navy for like 40 or no, not 40 years. He worked in the Navy for a long time. And he worked on aircraft carriers where they used a lot of steam lines for like the catapults and everything. And I don't think he ever worked on like a nuclear carrier. I think it was all the old steam powered super carriers or whatever. But like just post World War II. But he told me he regularly remembers handling sheets of asbestos to wrap steam lines in.
Oh Lord! Oh no!
He's fine. But it's just
I'm
like
glad you
one of
did
those
that.
things of they didn't know, so
All right, I'm back. Sorry, I've been trying not to cough up a lung.
You're good. You just
you
we
been
thought it
around
was
asbestos?
yeah. You got asbestosis. Have you or a loved one ever been diagnosed with
What's
asbestosis?
mesothelioma?
If so,
If you alone will ever diagnosed with mesothelioma,
yes. I think mesothelioma is actually one of the things that can be caused by asbestos or asbestosis.
All right, I'm heading down the branch now. Where are you?
Well, I'm at the small sawmill.
Okay, we'll pass there.
I'm currently blocking the line.
We will pass there.
meanwhile, my train's just about to, just leaving East Wheatley to go up to Kirkland.
Good. Angry. What's your ETA down to where I'm at?
Something.
Something. Okay. That I'm just brimming in confidence at that. All right, I'm gonna pull up my map so I at least have an early warning system. Oh, you're just now leaving the yard. You know, I actually still haven't been up that far. You know what? I take that back. I have been up that far once, but I never actually like switched anything out.
Let's see if I can make
I
it.
think it took me that long to get up there.
I'm not optimistic.
You need a second locomotive.
Probably. I may try to seesaw it to go.
I mean, I am here and I am willing.
Yeah, funnily enough, I've been taking this not this mod save, like my own one, which has most of the stuff except for like any private stuff, and I've started up like a new save for a friend of mine, but everything's at tier 1. The moment day 2 started, and it just goes Eastwood Interchange received 82 cars. I'm like, but I say everything to tier 1. Yes, but you've got the Kamari branch, you've got Kirkland, you've got the sugar mill, you've got the bigger sawmill, you've got luckily I didn't have the steel mill because I don't have Ella Bridge unlocked, but it's like 82 cars because I use the used market exclusively to buy stuff. So I've got the 2 star locos and the one other loco that I was able to afford on day 1 was Shrimpy, because that was on the
We
used
still
market.
don't have Shrimpy.
Nope.
I don't think.
Huh?
We're not WNCR.
Yes. Despite what a lot of people think. Yeah, yes, we run big off maps, but we're not the WNCR.
Hey, where's local milk at?
Let's hear up here at the top.
All the
Okay,
way
so
at the
everything
top.
else I have has to go up to the top.
Yep.
All right, let's see if I can seesaw this bitch.
See. Saw.
Brace yourselves, everybody.
Good, Kenosha's starting. Let's go.
Oh no.
I'm still blocking the main down here, so keep that in mind, I guess.
This sign can't stop him because he can't read.
Your tonk. Take that handbrake off and power. No, not that one. Power. Power.
I assume the chat's being nice about my arrival.
Well, here we go.
I haven't looked.
Come on, speed. Give me speed.
Oh, I just looked at Angry's chat. Apparently, the blue type has lead in it as well.
Oh, good. Which is anyone that living around Whitman was ultra fucked.
I mean, it makes sense. I mean, kind of. Let's see. Asbestos blue. They used it in WTC towers. Oh yeah, the dead body in the forest scene of the Wizard of Oz. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Are you good, Angry? Do you need some help?
Stand by.
Or... Okay. Let me make sure I'm actually clear in the back here. Yes. All right.
I will need an adult.
You will need an adult. Got
You
it.
are an adult.
Reasons GG1. Nuclear engine is a steam engine. I think it'd be cool to see a GG1 running again. All right, I'm on my way. Should I haul all this up there and then rescue?
No.
Or
Come light.
drop this.
Come light.
Okay. But as for the dead body in the Wizard of Oz, I think it was one of the Munchkin actors that how to put this in a YouTube friendly way. Decided to try his knot tying skills in the background of the forest scene. Yes. In later versions, they edit over it with like a buzzard, but no, in the original one, you can see it's definitely not like a buzzard.
Decided to use a sewer as a fun water slide.
Yes.
Please come save me.
We're trying, goddammit. Also, I have no idea why I keep putting on that voice. It's just the first voice that comes to mind where I'm like, okay, do a stupid voice now.
Did I? Yes, I did. Okay. I wanted to make sure I reset that switch so you don't come screaming in at Mach 10 into my train.
Mm-hmm.
Now I come screaming in anyway. It's funnier. Alrighty. The M2 is starting to approach the Lupinella. I am watching it like a hawk because I do not need that crap that happened last time to happen again. No.
Did I do?
Noopity-doop.
I never did water up, by the way, so we're good. We got plenty.
We're fine.
Just a short run.
Yeah, we've got time. Shouldn't you be getting water? I still got water.
How close to the exit of the tunnel are you?
I'm in a ways. Use your map. I will also help dial you in.
Alright, because I'm coming in kind of blind. I've only been up here once. I'm on the downhill now, I can tell that much.
No, you're on the uphill. You are approaching.
I'm on the hill. Yeah, I see your ass.
Please come save me.
Let me
Please touch my
What
butt.
locomotive are you running anyways?
The 7.
Oh.
The small
7.
Mikado. You have still a little ways to go.
Yeah, I see. I'm just trying not to slam into your rear knuckle. Or is it your front knuckle? Rear knuckle. Isn't it neat that you stalled out in a tunnel? Carbon monoxide, who?
I'm probably dead by now.
Probably.
But hey, at least you didn't have issues with your electrical, so you had to put carbide lamps in the cab.
Ooh.
Oh, saw that video, did you?
Yep. What's this? Coal dust go boom?
Yes.
Kaboom.
There's supposed to be an earth-shattering kaboom. Okay, we've touched butts.
Oh, speak.
Go backwards.
Yep.
Pull. Full. Oh, wait.
Yeehaw NASCAR, let her rip. Rip the stick.
Oh, thank God, we're actually moving in the right direction.
We're moving, yes. I love the difference in the chuffs between our two locomotives. Hey, you missed one. There was one singular car back up there that needed to go to the at the heavy machinery oil.
Wait, what?
How am I already down this 5 miles an hour when I hadn't even finished going?
Oh,
through
that
the loop?
finished while we were leaving. I'm not going back for it.
Ah,
Oh, boy.
why not? Alright, is my helper service needed any longer?
I think we're good now, but let's get out of the tunnel first.
Yeah. Because I think this is the downhill right here, I'm
Yes.
pretty sure.
Go, you go.
Thank you, sir. Go, go, gadget. Mikado. I gotta get out of your way, don't I?
Hey, since you're already ahead
I'm
of
just-
me, you want to go grab that one car that is ready for pickup? The Western Maryland one that's at the next switch coming
Where?
down? And put that on the front of my train.
Yeah, I can.
I see like races
I thought
down
you were
the
gonna
hill.
try to. Yeah, I thought you were gonna try to blaze past me.
Unless, do you want to just grab it on your way back down? Since I have
mean,
big ass train.
either way,
I'll let
I
you go
still
back to
gotta-
your train. And you can go up and then you can come back down. And grab that for me.
well, I was dunking into here so you could go screaming past, but that works.
I'm putting you back to your train. Whoa.
Okay. Am I lined?
You are.
Oh, there's a singular log. I see what you're talking about. The singular log car that's ready to go.
Yeah. I'll let you grab that one.
Yeah, I'll get it on my way down, I guess. If we go that long.
God, waypoint mode can be stupid sometimes.
Alright, you should be clear to go past me, by the way.
Thank you.
I really hope I have someone holding on for dear life at the back of my train because the AI has decided, hey, I'm just going to shove this entire cut of cars needing to go to Kirkland up instead of going through
Yes.
the loop.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure that I think I cleared the back switch. I'm pretty sure I cleared that switch. Oh, shit.
No, you
Oh,
didn't.
shit. No, that was, I wasn't paying attention and accidentally hit my train at 10.
Well, I'm phasing through your last car.
Yeah, I think I had cleared it, and then I just accidentally bumped it. It looks like clearance. Looks like clearance to
The
me.
paint's just a little skimmed off there. And maybe some
Just
sheet
a
metal.
little scratched paint. Nothing to worry about. Nothing major.
Yeah, could be worse.
How much damage did that take? Not
5%.
bad. Not bad. Not bad. How much what are you at? Okay, that didn't do a whole lot of damage. Okay. Although the rest of my train is apparently slowly rolling down the hill.
What?
Don't worry about it. I got it.
Oh my god, it's rolling down the hill. Ba-da-da-da.
Oh boy.
All right. Why are you the way that you are? Oh yeah, the angle cock. The grasp the angle cock firmly and twist it to the side.
Yes.
Now let's play. Which car did I frantically put a handbrake on? That one. Okay.
Okay.
What time is it anyways? Oh, it's already after 10.
Yes.
Yep.
Well, question for you, Angry. How long do you realistically think we're going to be going for?
I think I'm going to get this train to the interchange, and then we'll call it a night. Because I am late tired.
You and me both, and I got work in the morning.
I feel fine.
What time is it for you now?
2:13 in the afternoon.
Well, yeah, it's like 10:15 here.
Tracks.
Lol.
Yes. Trains typically run on them.
Hey. I love how we had to say typically, because there are some trains that don't.
Okay.
Was that
Grab
the
these
DV
hoppers.
280's OG whistle? I don't know. I'm not sure which whistle Rick R. Mortis is talking about. If it's mine or yours, but the one that's on mine is the LNN 3 chime that Dollywood 70 uses. Well, former White Pass 70 uses. I think it's 70.
Mm-hmm.
Is it 70? Yes,
One of those
70.
ones.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
mine.
it's an LNN short 3 chime.
And mine, just for the sake of argument, because I can't read, is the Ashton 3 chime that Mount Rainier Scenic 5 actually wears. So it's 5 at home with realistic 5 sounds.
Appropriate 5. On brand 5.
Yes.
Although it's 7 here.
Mm-hmm. I'm not renumbering it.
Nope, I can't blame you.
Jesus Christ.
I like my 5 just as it is, unless you wanted to renumber it to like 190 just for the kicks of it. But I don't think we need to do that.
We do not. All right. Down the hill we go.
Get heckin' money.
This
There's
is
only
a
30
pretty
cars, 1,700 tons heading downhill. Oh, yeah.
How much were you hauling uphill?
Less than that.
Oh yeah. Money. So much money, I might as well become that British guy. Loads of money.
Loads of money. Yeah, what was the movie had like the mouse investigators?
Do you have any
Yeah.
idea how Lulu has it down?
So it was a movie, old Disney movie, had like the mouse investigator. They rode on the back of a seagull wearing a sardine can.
That would be the Rescuers Down Under.
The one where the bad guys were living on the riverboat.
That would be the Rescuers or the Rescuers Down Under.
Okay. Because I every time I think of that, I just think of the one bad guy saying, "We've got to have money.
Well,
We've got to
it's official.
have-"
General's obsessed with money.
Yes.
Look, they say money can't buy happiness, but it's much.
But it can
More
buy
comfortable to be,
F-scale trains.
It can buy F-scale trains.
It can buy
And it
one to
can
one
also-
so when people are clever enough.
Exactly. I can support all my crippling addictions.
What's
It's
that? I
much
want to
more
lobby the
comfortable to
Australian Railways to bring
try-
back, captive carry freight.
So while it may not be more comfortable to cry in the cab of a locomotive than it would be to cry on the on the seat of a bicycle, it is definitely a lot cooler.
Mm-hmm.
You're just saying a lot of my problems could be resolved with money.
I mean, a lot of things could be resolved with money.
Yes.
Unfortunately, we're in a situation where the people that do have the money don't really want to actually do good things with said money. But that's a
No.
whole other conversation.
Eh. Anyways, back on track. Trains.
We're on the track.
Lots
you on
and
the track?
lots of trains.
You should be on the track. That's typically where the trains go. Where do the tailings go? Keep
I just
seeing
remembered something.
Descript line.
Yesterday, me and my boyfriend found a YouTube video of all these old all these old advertisements from the early 2000s, and about halfway through was the lots and lots of trains one. And the moment I saw it come on, I was like, oh no, I know this one.
Wonderful.
Yes,
Big trains, little trains, fast trains, slow trains.
Low trains.
yes.
This and much more in lots and lots of trains.
And of course, all through it's just like the wood whistle, train whistle, just like that's. And I know exactly where that's from. It's just like, why? Now on VHS.
And my
it's like,
frames
oh,
have started to drop.
I'm pretty sure I have that on VHS somewhere.
Wait, you have frames?
Hit.
What is a frame?
I've been framed.
Your mom's a frame.
So that's why they had to come up with A0 frames.
Oh boy.
Okay. Nice and gently backing this sweet ass up into the rail yard.
Oh, have I told you I may be making a minor purchase at some point?
No.
I'm looking at possibly getting a resin 3D printer.
Ooh.
Which means that if you had any interest in scratch building stuff, I would be able to make very nice detail parts.
Would you be able to make the parts that are still missing for my roundhouse?
Depending on what they are, potentially.
Hmm.
Although a lot of that I could probably help you scratch build with balsa wood
Okay.
or just plank wood.
I may take you up on that because there's still stuff that I'm missing that, now that it's been a few months since I last reached out to the guy, I'm not sure if he would be like, oh, you're on your own, kid.
He still hasn't sent you that stuff?
Well, no, there's more that was missing that I keep finding the further I dig.
Oh. I mean, I'd be sure if he reached back out and was like, hey, I took a break on this for a while. The railroad's finally going vertical. I'm sure
Yeah.
he'd help you out. mean, that'd be the ideal thing, but
Yeah. Show up at Amherst. Where's my parts?
where's my goddamn parts, Bruce? Or whatever his name is.
Hello, departure down. Where's my goddamn call my train, Bruce?
Yeah. Holy switch puzzle, Batman. What is going on here?
Quick question. Who placed the repair parts car for Kirkland?
That's where it's supposed to go.
Well, yes, but because of the length of the M2, it's now impossible for me to actually spot the Colling Tower car because the repair parts car is in the way.
Destroy it. Don't actually, though.
I mean, I was planning on just leaving the Colling Tower car in the shed and then just screwing off with the rest of the load of coal cars.
That's probably fine. Just
Then
stage
again,
it so-
if you were about to close up because you're about to
Yep, I'm about
Which
to
usually
drop
I
off my
might-
cars here.
yeah,
I'd
so I
say
might
just
as well
stage it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I might
stage
as well
it somewhere we
just,
can deal with it later.
Say don't do it later. Tack the M2 onto the loaded coal train and then just, set it there and then wait for the server to close. Because I'm not going to get back to Eastwoody before you close the save. Like, that's a certainty. On the plus side, though, we're now at almost $6,000. How much debt do we have?
Not a lot,
Yeah,
I don't think.
manageable. We can pay off 5k.
Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and run around this train so I can get ready. Oop.
Okay, come on, you. Nice and gently.
Controlled descent. Controlled descent.
As it turns out, the descent was not controlled.
I'll show you what wasn't controlled.
Uh-huh. And how are you going to deal with the Australian wildlife when you do so?
My flamethrower, of course.
Yes. With this
In an
handy dandy
environment,
Spaceballs, the
flamethrower.
flamethrower.
a flamethrower in an environment designed to grow better when on fire.
That doesn't help the animals in the immediate vicinity.
True, but would you really hurt a koala?
Yes. That's
I mean, their brains are so smooth. I think the fire would just kind of slide right off.
How
think
close am I to the next
Australia-
interchange? It is in approximately 30 minutes, but we'll deal with it the next stream.
I will say, I do think, something that I've been thinking about. Eucalyptus trees, right?
Yes.
You know how they take, 100 years to fully mature?
Depends on the type of eucalyptus, but yes.
And then the sap they put out is
Yeah.
highly flammable, right?
It is, but also very, very antiseptic.
Yes, but it's highly flammable.
It is.
California was gifted a bunch of those, over 100 years ago,
Yep.
and it's caught fire frequently.
Yep. I think I brought this up last stream too.
I think you did.
I
Yeah.
can't remember. I can't remember
Here's
if
the
you
thing.
did or not.
I don't remember if it was us Aussies actually gave you some, or some Dutch person that came to Australia, grabbed some eucalyptus trees, and then took it over. But
Th-
yeah,
Are you familiar with kudzu?
yes, very
What about you?
familiar. That shit
Angry, what
grows
about
like
you? Are you-
weed.
Oh no,
Oh, that's because it is.
there's not enough cars. Not enough space in the yard. Wait, no,
What
there
about
is.
you,
Oh
Angry?
no,
Are you
we're suffering from success.
are you familiar with kudzu, Angry?
Are you familiar with the tale of Darth Plagueis the Wise?
I thought
It's not a
not.
story
It
Joe would tell us.
No. But seriously, do you know about kudzu?
No, I do not.
So kudzu is a Japanese vine that the government brought over sometime in, I think, the 60s or 70s to try to help with erosion control in the mountains, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the reason they did that is because the roots grow deep and it grows fast. Can you see the problem with this?
Mm-hmm.
Which means it's a bitch to take out, and the moment it even starts growing, within a week it's probably covering your entire field.
So that's the whole thing, is kudzu has taken over vast swaths of like just woods. It grows over everything, trees, local plants. I think it would grow over you if you let it. And it's very, very hard to kill. So unrelated, but still along the same line of thought, they brought over kudzu bugs to try to eat the kudzu, get them to eat the kudzu. Have you ever seen like the little green ladybug looking things? Those are kudzu bugs.
Yep.
Turns out they really, really like soybeans. So they've been decimating soybean crops. All this is a roundabout way to say, I had my grandpa's sister lived in the mountains of western North Carolina.
Let's see if
for
I can make
a
this
long time.
cheesed.
And one day she sees this this car pulled off to the side of the windy mountain highway, right?
Nope.
And it's this couple from New York. And she asked, "Are y'all okay? You know, checking in on them." And they're out there digging up kudzu. And they said, "We saw all this stuff growing around and thought it was so pretty, we wanted to take some back with us." Don't don't spread that around any more than it already is. It is horrible. You don't want it.
Just like that, that also translates perfectly because it's horrible. You don't want that, but it is time for the Ragtimer stream to end for the night. So we have delivered the cars. Ragtimer is sick and going to go to bed. We've talked in depth about asbestos and how to get involved in railroad preservation. I'm going to go to bed. We may stream tomorrow or Tuesdays for sure. But we'll see y'all next time. Thanks so much for joining. Thanks to all those who helped out. And bye-bye.
Hey, look,
Bye-bye.
it's like Northwestern Railroaders in your chat. Haven't seen you in a while.
Bye-bye, Pacific Northwest Railroader.
Choo-roo.